of the armies of heaven, I confer and pronounce double honor, double blessing, double blessings, double grace, double favor to be conferred upon you. And because you came on the day of honor to celebrate and to honor the servant of the Lord, may you be honored. May you wear the crown of double honor. And for all the days of your life, let no man, let no woman, let no demon, let no one great or small dishonor you. For all the days of your life, the Lord renew you in strength, and let grace be extended unto you. Let mercy abound towards you, and let your strength and your days be multiplied. And be as an eagle, soar as an eagle, roar as a lion. Kadula kawasala, hey, yetukum silimatala. And above all, anyone that strive with us and contend with us at the gate of authority, at the seat of power, anyone who strive and contend with your people, Heavenly Father, exercising divine authority, anyone that takes our name and our picture to a shrine, to an altar for evil, let it backfire on them. Let it backfire in the name of Jesus. Anyone that speak ill and evil of your people, let their tongue be silenced. Let their tongue cleave to the root of their mouth. Anyone that speak evil of us, let their voice be discredited and silenced. Discredited and silenced. Anyone that imagine ill or evil of us by divine authority on the grounds of the blood of Jesus, according to the scriptures, as this is written, I command, let it boomerang, boomerang, boomerang. Put your hands and say boomerang, 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 boomerang. We intercept the waster. We waste the waster. We oppose opposition. In the name of Jesus, we resist the resistor. Thank you, Lord. As you live here, I declare you will not be wasted. Let the waster be wasted. Let every opposition be opposed. Let every resistance break. Live here with the upper hand. Have dominion. And now we send the blood of Jesus to your father's house, to your mother's house, to your background. Anything that lifts up his head against you, in the name of Jesus, we ground it in the blood of Jesus. We ground it in the name of Jesus. Above all, any condition, pattern and cycles that are contrary to the will of God, to the word of God, to the plan of God for your life, today on the grounds of the blood of Jesus, we intercept it. Put your hands and say interception, interception, intercept, interception, interception, interception. We intercept, intercept, intercept contradiction. We intercept contradiction. We command you in the name of Jesus as more than a conqueror. Tell somebody, I declare that you are more than a conqueror. Tell two people, I declare that you are more than a conqueror.
Tanumo onunchoni ha o dama chiechele wekun oyanu tumo osolimo jiake ubawo nani aya baba shushu. Amen.
on the way. Yeah, that's what I believe. See his sunshine is all around us, and there are beautiful clouds where you are. That's how I know that these worries will not last. I can see you've been crying and staying wide awake, asking yourself why the journey is so tough. They say tough times never last, only tough people do. So don't stop believing, I know it's gonna be better. Say la, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, la, 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 ba-dum. Can't be loved by everybody, it's impossible, you know. And trust me, it's okay, so let the toxic people go. Your peace within is more priceless than a pearl. You got to be happy, cause life's just way too short. Don't stress the little things, they will only waste your time. Just take it easy, easy like a nursery rhyme. And I'm singing, I know it's gonna be okay. So I wanna see you smile today. Hey, you just gotta be happy, man. Good days, bad days, it's all part of life. But you must keep the groove on and enjoy every single day. I'm sure you've had some happy days before. So what makes you think you can't have more? Keep on fighting and you'll see. You will soon see rainbows. Hey, come on! La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Ba-dum, ba-dum, boom. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Ba-dum, ba-dum, boom. La, 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 la.
Good day. My name is Dr. Victor Asare Bampo, and I lead the National Health Insurance Authority. I want to take a minute of your time, not to make a speech, but to share some news with you, because honestly, it's your news. Let me start with a number. At the start of this year, about 66% of all Ghanaians were covered by the National Health Insurance Scheme. By the end of the second quarter of this year, 7 in every 10 were covered. That is 70%. That's a mother who no longer chooses between her child's medicine and her market money. A grandfather who walks into a clinic with his card, not his life savings. Millions of Ghanaians protected. And it means something bigger. It means inching closer to achieving the coverage target under the world-acclaimed universal health coverage. Health for every single Ghanaian is no longer a dream on paper. It is within reach. That's not the NHIS doing alone. You trusted us, and we don't take that lightly, not for one day. That is why we've launched the 80 campaign, a campaign anchored on the call from 70 to 80, let's cover more. It seeks to mobilize individuals and communities that remain outside the NHIS to come on board while strengthening measures to ensure that existing members derive greater value from their membership. This year alone, we have intensified enrollment activities through the market storm, registering people in busy streets, markets, and communities, and that leapfrogged our membership under the government's free primary healthcare policy. The NHIS Campus Connect also took our services directly to the doorstep of several tertiary educational institutions to ensure that all students are covered under the scheme. The NHIS Festive Pulse and Faith and Wellness Drive also provided on-site registration and renewal services to patrons of festivals and faith congregations across the country. Here's the second thing. We've increased what we pay hospitals, clinics, and pharmacies by 50%. Why should that matter to you? Because when the people caring for you are properly paid, your card works the way it should. No excuses at the counter. No being asked to pay for what's already yours. You show your card, you get your care. That's the deal, and we intend to keep it. And the one that moves me most. For the first time ever, funds for free primary health care are flowing straight to the districts that host the facilities in the communities that need them most. Checkups, care for pregnant women, immunization for the little ones, free, at the point of care. And I must say this plainly, this did not start with us. It took a president who uncapped the health insurance fund so that money meant for your health actually reaches your health. It took a minister for health who has led this agenda with real conviction. It took a government that decided healthcare is not a privilege, it's a promise. I've worked in health for a long time, and I'll tell you the truth. There are families for whom this changes everything. Being part of it, it's humbling. None of this is the NHIA's achievement alone. It's yours, your contributions, your trust, and the health workers who show up every single day. We are just the stewards. And everything you've just heard, none of it happened by accident. It's the result of 3 commitments we work at every single day. First, we're keeping our own house in order. Stronger systems, tighter controls, and taking care of the people who do this work. That discipline is how we've come this far, this fast. Second, we are protecting your trust and your money. It's why we've introduced a one-time attendance code, or OTAC, at facilities, so the scheme pays for real care for real patients every single time. If you are insured, no one should charge you illegally, not 1 cedi. We are rooting that out wherever we find it. And third, we are delivering on our government's boldest health promises. Free primary health care. The funds are already flowing. And the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, or Mahama Care, is moving with it. So if you've not registered yet, or your membership has expired, please do one thing today. Dial *929#, or download the My NHIS app. It takes just 2 minutes. Your health is worth it. And serving you, that's the privilege of my life.
Obadi buwa humina fanu wachingu mihuta ibabe yazi bakubo ibamre tio chasie minti obiasam yenti obiasam ibabe yazi bakubo ibamre tio chasie gabi fosue yenti obiasam yenti obia yenti obia mi jone maho minti one mati ni babe yazi bakubo ibamre tio chasie mi jone maho minti one mati ni babe yazi bakubo ibamre tio minia yenti obia noa yenti no bigo ibabe yazi bakubo yenti obia shida madrosa minu mwa mango shida madrosa minu mwa mango sumanu masunu so wangoso neki asibabu bamsu mampuso kewo shida madrosa minu mwa mango shida madrosa minu mwa mango sumanu masunu so wangoso Sibabu bamsu mampuso kewo na dede bebe unabunu bibia ekwamba fosu emedana madao unabunu bibia droni dede bebe unabuna sambia fosu emedana madao unabunu bibia ami shone maho minti one mati ni babe yazi bakubo ni bamre tio chasie mi shone maho minti one mati ni babe yazi bakubo ni bamre tio minia mintio bia yentio bia yenti obiko ibabe yazi bakubo ibamre tio chasie Nibanyuma kwa waliasona yenti anu akamia shede Mienso yaza misempe jotama Sebi amanya mire Yepia filmi demo enti fide mi bepia bontiba Ebiana misu bidomio Mi bre mwa Misu mwadio Kanadi anja ponto nibe Obrapo diti no afro Mi bre mwa Misu mwadio Kanadi anja ponto nibe Obrapo diti no afro mi shone maho minti one mati ni babe yazi bakubo ni bamre tio chasie mi shone maho minti one mati ni babe yazi bakubo ni bamre tio minia yenti obiasam ni babe yazi bakubo ni bamre tio chasie oh ni abe yenti obiasam ni babe yazi bakubo ni bamre tio chasie
wapura. The man you put us and you press it can put them in Sassacra.
Government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
All right, good morning. Thank you very much for joining the show. This is Good Morning Ghana on the Metro Television. My name is Aldo Moore. It is always a pleasure to come your way. It's a beautiful, beautiful Friday morning. And this, indeed, is the day the Lord has made. We're glad in it. We want to be thankful to the Almighty God for making it possible for us to return here to join the nation's conversation on the big, big issues that are making the rounds in our dear country, Ghana. Once again, my name is Audu Moro, and today is the 14th of August 2026. I'll go straight ahead and look at what the papers are reporting as always, and then I can bring in my guest, one of whom is already seated here. Now, I'll start with the Ghanaian Times. It says 82,500 Ghanaians use hard drugs. That's what the Ghanaian Times today. Ofankor crash claims 11 lives, injures 13, road indiscipline blamed. NHI releases 35.1 million cedis for free primary healthcare services. Vacate or face eviction. Minister gives power line encroaches 1 month's notice. And then the stakeholders push for fair, sustainable public sector pay system. Daily Guide says that the government, 3 others sign MOU to secure 30% large-scale gold outputs. And there's 12 dead, 22 injured in Ofankor Barrier Road crash. There's also 2 killed Nigerian arrested in foiled bank robbery. And there's Adamos Lee's revocation applies same rules for Galamsey and Big Mines, according to a retired miner. And there's Deputy National Executive Elections nominations open, 50,000 cedis for chairman and position. Or for chairman position, there's Horticulture Expo 2026 to redefine trade and green jobs. The Insight says that Tema Mayor on rampage demolishes government projects amid a dispute with TDC. IT Koto land guard evasion. Police arrest 2 with AK-47. Cocoa marketers back new cocoa bill. Urge the president to sign without delay. Ghana rejects reported $18 million South Africa bill over evacuation of nationals. And there's 21st century McCarthyism, Cuba in the crosshairs of U.S. imperialism. And there's ending double track will improve WASI performance, according to Mahama. And then you have the Herald that says the Ghana scholarship scheme used for visa racketeering and charity. Husband, wife, and 3 kids individually pocketing £8,160 monthly in UK. And as Bafuwa demands public inquiry into $1 million Dumso era bribery scandal, TMA, TDC at war over who controls development in Tema. NPP communicator justifies his cut in $19 million Ghana embassy cash scandal. And there's a police foil planned robbery of banks in Labone, killed 2 suspects. Mahama sends goodwill prayers to hospitalize Bedu Kobi. Or it's Kobi. It's Kobi, yeah, Kobi. All right. The Ghanaian publisher says the police foil Labone bank robbery killed 2, and there's retired minor questions calls to protect Adamos. And there's Coker's big vow, I will deliver Ashanti for MPP. As a Fast Sports Ministry clash of Queen's per diem Glasgow 2026. And then you have the news center that says, the news center, Elvis Darkman's news center. It has Goldfields pays 2.9 billion cedis to government in 2026 first half. And there's Coker, Kujo, sets pays in Ashanti Eastern NPP race. There's vigilante justice at police headquarters, IGP police under fire over civilian slapping suspect. 12 perished, 22 injured in multiple vehicle crash at Ofanko. The Constitution this morning says police foil Labone bank robbery killed 2, and there's a Santiman Coker chairman Kujo tipped to win Ashanti Eastern MPP chair races. And there's MPP says timelines for national executive polls. Recalled parliament must correct Cocoa bill upon Nkrumah has been talking. The Chronicle this morning says that hepatitis B, your barber's blade, could put you at risk. Hey. So get your own blade. It's as simple as that. If you can't, get your own barbering machine, get your own blade, get your own everything, you know. And as Kingsley Ajman defends his record, then there's MPP election, Coker Kujo cruising home for victory. It's also here. Daily Post says that Upper East Airport will be a game changer for regional economy, according to President Mahama. Damai Chiefs Youth welcome early progress under Ibrahim Mahama, has 400 locals get employed, airstrips and roads underway. There's GRA Commissioner General commends customs for improved revenue performance, and as MPP's concerns about AG's credibility to probe AXA energy deal baseless, according to the NDC. Black Queens beat Cote d'Ivoire to keep 2027 World Cup hopes alive. I think they qualified with South Africa also, I believe. There's business confidence. So this is Business and Financial Times. There's business confidence remains robust despite rising cost pressures, AGI barometer. And then there's a there's actually DBG develops tailored oil palm financing toolkit, eyes year-end ratification of a $500 million fund. And there's the economy, growth momentum hinges on structural reforms, export diversification, according to Deloitte. Growth slows to 5.1% in May. Services remain key anchor. Agriculture slows sharply. That's with the Business and Financial Times. And then the Catholic Standard this morning says that, it says, Akando to bishops, rescue our hospitals. And as Bishops' Conference warns public against fraudster impersonating church official. Kigali crowns a world chief, and as Africa's bishops chart bold path for Catholic education. And as you can always expect, there is an editorial. It says, a call we dare not ignore. All right. So Metro TV Online is what I have next. It says, Christian Council of Ghana condemns assault on cleric and calls for restraint. Quite an unfortunate incident. And one of the parties involved in this is somebody who I know is a very, very good friend. I've known him since 2009. It's a very, 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 very difficult situation. And I just hope that he survives this. You know, it's quite unfortunate. And there's also Prince Bedu leaves Asante Kotoko as Porcupine Warriors continue squad overhaul. And there's a Dr. Moses Atenga unveils a 3-point plan to rebuild MPP in the Upper East. And then Asante Kotoko closing in on signing Ivorian defender Kofi Ange Bini. All right, so that's it for the newspaper and the online review. Please stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. I'll tell you who my guest is shortly.
Onunchoni ha odangma chiechele wekun oyanu tumo osole moji ake obawo nani aya baba shushu amen.
And there they are. The squad is ready, lined up, ice cold, focused and prepared for national duty. Every bottle in position, every label shining with confidence. And here comes the selection. One bottle steps forward, picked from the squad, ready to deliver for Ghana. He takes the first sip. Oh yes, refreshingly hydrating. The whistle goes. The Black Stars are on the move. He breaks through the defense like flowing water. Beautiful control. He lines it up. He strikes. Goal! Ghana is awake. From the fridge to the field, Awake keeps you refreshed. Awake purified drinking water. One for life. Proudly supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA approved.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600 360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking Publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
Finding my dream apartment in just 2 days was a breeze with 7terragh.com. Looking for your next home, the perfect piece of land, or the best commercial property for your business? Are you worried about sending money home for property and finding nothing when you return? Well, worry no more. 7terragh.com is just a platform to find prime lands, perfect properties, or vibrant real estate development at the click of a button. 7terragh.com is your go-to property listing platform that allows you to register, list, rent, buy or sell, and connect with correct agents. With our AI-powered smart search, personalized dashboards, verified agent connection, and interactive property maps, all your property needs have been made easier. Check us out on 7terragh.com or contact us on 0302-998-246 or 0561 032 252. 7terragh.com, powered by MNC Properties.
Mommy, good morning.
Good morning, my son. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Mom. How about you?
I'm fine.
Joe, I just saw your mom doing her usual morning routine. Like, it was just 2 weeks she underwent a major colon surgery.
Bro, see, my mom is doing perfectly fine, and we're all excited about it. It was minimally invasive surgery, and the recovery has been very fast.
Minimally? Hey! No, wait. What do you mean by that?
So they offered my mom a laparoscopic colon surgery. Laparoscopic colon surgery, which we accepted. It turned out it was equally safe with a very fast recovery time, and the cost involved too was very, very reasonable. She was discharged 3 days after the surgery, and you can see her, she's on her feet again.
3 days?
Just 3 days, bro.
Mean Tuber Hospital, first Ghana colorectal center, aimed to serve a peculiar health need.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Chaco toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Chaco toothpaste. Kel Chaco toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, and who be here? Symmetra Sapapadia to a mammy mouthful. Kel Chaco's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so by a man is swing, and a sansu mama hotoso, a will beg you.
Kel Chaco toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Today's class is going to be an exciting one. Now, who can share an unforgettable moment in their life? Okay, Asempa.
I'd like to talk about my first time. It was her natural look, complemented by her favorite green silky apparel that caught my attention. I have to say, she automatically possessed me with her smile, which exposed her beautiful white teeth. That's not all, her enduring signature perfume could be smelled from afar. Madam, why do you look so surprised? My first time with her was special and irresistible. I'm talking about Cindy Rice. Cindy Rice can be found in selected supermarkets nationwide.
Cindy Rice, sweet aroma, great taste. This advert is FDA approved.
This is the old way. Let me show you a new and a better way. EduPack. EduPack? Yes, EduPack. A GS approved and supported initiative for all first year students going to SHS by Prospectus Ghana Limited. Now you don't need to go to the market. All your trunks, mattresses, pillows, including plastic chalkboards, are all waiting for your child at the school. Note, all our wooden chalkboards are being changed to plastic ones to avoid bedbugs.
You can also register by dialing *713*821# following the prompts, or you can visit www.edupackgh.com and tap register. You can also register at any ADB branch near you at a very affordable price. EduPack, approved and supported by GES.
Metro TV, Original TV, Original FM and Metro Digital, under the auspices of the Office of the Chief of Staff, proudly present the Clean Conference 2026. Theme: Assessing Ghana's progress towards UN SDGs Agenda 2030. SDG 6, Clean Water and Sanitation. SDG 7, Clean Energy. And SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production. Friday, 21st August 2026, 9 a.m. at the City Conference Hall, University of Ghana, Legon, Accra. With just 4 years to achieve the UN SDGs 2030, how far has Ghana come? The answers begin with one national conversation, the Metro and Original Sanitation Conference, with the Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Debra. In attendance will be the Gamanche, His Royal Majesty King Takiteko True II. The Clean Conference, bringing together government, development partners, industry players, academia, civil society, and all Ghanaians. Change is not only in conference rooms, so there will be a cleanup exercise on Saturday, 22nd August 2026, also led by the Chief of Staff. Join thousands of volunteers for this massive cleanup exercise across the major streets of Accra. Metro Clean Conference, Wahuni Diema or Maini Tumpong.
At the Venture Capital Trust Fund, we hold one belief, that when the last tree dies, the last business dies. And this belief penetrates through our investment decision making, and for which reason VCTF is highly particular about the environmental, social, and governance considerations of our businesses, our portfolio companies, and what they do. Indeed, I take this opportunity to invite you to the Ghana Sanitation and Clean Environment Conference, which is happening on the 21st of August this year at the CD Conference Center, University of Ghana. I will be there, so see you there. Thank you.
You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. The show is also live on 94.1 FM. I want to do this briefly before I bring in my guest for the show. So a delegation from the board, management and staff of the National Petroleum Authority earlier today visited the family of the late Deputy Chief of the Authority, Dr. Dramani. In fact, it was yesterday. The chief of the late Deputy Chief of the Authority, that's Dr. Dramani Bukai, to commiserate with the family. Now, the NPA Chief Executive, Mr. Godwin Tamaklo, who led the delegation, expressed condolences to the wife, children, and family of Dr. Dramani. Now, it was a solemn ceremony characterized by prayers for the soul of Dr. Dramani and Allah's protection for the family. Now, Mr. Tamaklo expressed the readiness of the authority to support the family to give a befitting burial to Dr. Dramani. The family thanked the NPA for coming to commiserate with them in these difficult times. Details of Dr. Dramani Bukai's final funeral rites would be announced in due course. So a delegation from the board, management and staff of the National Petroleum Authority yesterday visited the family of the late Deputy Chief of the Authority, Dr. Dramani Bukai, to commiserate with the family. Now, the NPA Chief Executive, Mr. Godwin Tamaklo, Esquire, who led the delegation, has expressed condolences to the family, which is the wife and the children as well. And it was indeed a solemn ceremony which was characterized by prayers for the soul of Dr. Dramani and Allah's protection for the family. Now, Mr. Tamaklo expressed the readiness of the authority to support the family to give a befitting burial to Dr. Dramani. The family thanked the NPA for coming to commiserate with them in these difficult times. Details of Dr. Dramani Bukai's final funeral rites would be announced in due course. Now, I want us to let me now bring in my guest for the show today, who is actually seated here. So, Mr. Wanda Madilo, that's his name. He is a youth advocate, a member of the NDC's communications team. He's with us here this morning. We'll also be joined by, what's the name of this? Yes, Bernard Okoboy, who is Chief Executive Officer of the National Health Insurance Authority, and also a former board chair of Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, and also a former MP for the Lejokuku constituency, and a former health minister. He will also be joining us shortly. But for now, my very good friend Wanda Madilo is here. Wanda, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us, the show. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's just celebrating one month, I think.
Right.
It's a month ago.
Right, it must have been a month ago. How's the family? How's everybody?
God is faithful, like we always say. But indeed, He's been grateful, faithful, and we're doing well.
Right.
As the years go by, we are taught to number our days and to give appreciation to God for how far He's brought us. And so we're very much excited to be here alive. I mean, I just heard you read tributes or good wishes or well wishes to a family that is lost a beloved. And so once we have the opportunity to be here, we can only but thank God.
Okay.
And to be thankful to God for the opportunity to be here at all times. It's such a sobering moment for the family.
Right.
I mean, nobody expected that a young man at his age would go this early. But we want to extend love, extend sympathy and care to the family. And that in this trying moment, they will find peace in the God they worship to carry on. And I'm excited to hear also that the sitting chief executive, Godwin Tamaklo, has pledged his full support for the family throughout this difficult moment. We share in that as a party, we share in that as a government, and we share in that as a people watching from afar.
Yeah.
It's a difficult moment, and you never wish this for anybody.
Did you know Bukari Dramani personally?
Yeah, I do know him from a distance. I have not had much relations with him except for official issues when you have to speak to him to get an information or something of the sort. But I haven't had a very brotherly, tight relationship. But you see, bro, my own Bible tells me that there's a friend who sticks closer than a brother. So sometimes you will find friends, families in places you never expected.
True.
And I think he was a very affable gentleman. And may his soul rest in peace. No matter the number of words we speak in terms of condolence, only God, or what you call Allah, can give true peace to any man. And so we pray that God would guide them, grant them the peace they deserve. And this should never happen again to the family. Thank you.
I see. You know, they say every day these kinds of developments only remind us of the fragility of life. The transience of life. And also how fleeting life is.
The Ofankor event, for instance.
Which we're about to talk about.
We're talking about them. As at yesterday, our Tyler, we do construction, so our Tyler lost 3 of his families in the same
situation.
In the accident. 3 families lost.
Wow.
So
you mean in this particular accident?
Yeah, this accident. And prior to now, he has lost his father. So he left for Togo to go and bury the father. We came back, I think about a week now, and then this happens to another 3 direct families. So it's a very difficult moment when it comes to losing a loved one and a family and the close relations. And so we commiserate with the family. We pray that they will find a reason to continue to thank God for life.
Anyway, you know, a number of issues have come up since this accident happened, and we'll look at them. We'll look at them. And I'm sure that sitting here, you have your own questions that you want to ask, because I don't recall the last time we recorded such an incident where 11 people just died, in such a ghastly car crash. But I want us to look at, I'm talking about in Accra, So today's Ghanaian Times, Wonder, it says that Ofankor crash claims 11 lives, injures 13, road indiscipline blamed. Now, the story here says that Prince Ado Frimpong says 11 people have been confirmed dead and 13 others injured in a multiple vehicle crash at Ofankor in the Ghana North municipality on the Accra-Kumasi highway. Now, the crash, which occurred yesterday, involved 2 tipper trucks, 2 commercial buses, 2 saloon cars, and an auto rickshaw, popularly known as Aboboya. The Aboboyas are always sharing the roads with us. Now, Divisional Officer Grade 1, and that's DO1 of the Ghana National Fire Service, Mr. Emmanuel Boni, who disclosed the casualty figures at the scene, said several vehicles were extensively damaged in the crash. He said some passengers were trapped under the wreckage and had to be rescued by personnel of the GNF, that's the fire service. The National Ambulance Service subsequently transported the injured victims to various hospitals for medical attention. Mr. Boni said investigations into the cause of the crash were ongoing in collaboration with the Ghana Police Service. In all, we have recorded 24 victims comprising 11 fatalities and 13 casualties. The injured have already been transported to the hospital by the National Ambulance Service. He said preliminary information suggested that a stationary vehicle on the highway might have contributed to the collision, although investigations were yet to establish the exact cause. This is a highway where vehicles travel at high speeds. If vehicles stop by the roadside to load or offload passengers, it becomes a serious safety concern. It is something that must be addressed. Mr. Boni advised motorists to exercise caution, obey traffic regulations, and avoid dangerous driving practices, including speeding and reckless overtaking. He said traffic had returned to normal after the accident scene was cleared. The Director General of the National Road Safety Authority, Mr. Abraham Amaliba, expressed concerns over what he describes as increasing discipline on the country's roads. He attributes many road crashes to distracted driving, including the use of mobile phones while driving, and he says that inattention and reckless maneuvers. Mr. Maleba stressed the need for stronger enforcement of road traffic laws, particularly at accident-prone locations. He said although public education on road safety remained important, effective enforcement was essential to reducing the growing number of road crashes across the country. Do you agree with Mr. Abraham Amaliba? He's identified 4 causes. 1, we don't pay attention. 2, we want to maneuver, what we like to say, to overtake at all costs, even when the circumstances or the situation does not allow you to overtake. He talks about peace, he talks about the consumption of all kinds of substances. People take alcohol and all kinds of substances, and so they're not even in the right mental frame of mind to drive, And then general indiscipline on our roads. And as for, there's one particular one which I guess all of us here, I'm sure, are corporates, which is the one we drive. We drive small, we check our phone small. We drive small, we check our phone small, And sometimes we're texting, and sometimes, as for receiving calls, I don't do that. But as for the text, and that one, I think we're all corporates.
Well, I should be the next police officer around you.
I please go ahead.
Accidents, accidents in this country is becoming a concern. I'm going to put out some figures. In 2015, we had 14,743 accidents on our roads.
In
2015.
Okay.
2025.
2025, okay.
2024, we had 13,489. I mean, there's a huge difference, about 9% plus.
Okay.
Then, how many people were killed in 2024? You had 2,494 killed in 2024.
Okay.
And 2,949 killed in 2025. Number of people injured also higher, 16,700 for 2025, and you have some 15,000 for 2024.
Okay.
What's interesting is that pedestrian killing, or how many people were knocked down, as pedestrians walking by the roadside and all that, is 2,561 for 2025 and 2,394 for 2024. So you see that there's a consistent increase in all facets. And what does that work out to? It's striking to know that about 8 people are killed every day in road accidents in Ghana. 57 people every week. And you have 246 deaths per month.
Okay.
In road accidents. I'm not talking about somebody with a fatal, maybe house injury or...
this is car crash.
Yeah, this is car crash.
Accident.
Yeah, car crash.
Okay.
And the figures are scary. We cannot conclude. And I've always had problem with people who say, if you drink, don't drive. I mean, that's too simplistic.
Yeah.
Because we now have substances that are higher than drinking.
True.
If you smoke marijuana, if you take India is the same as marijuana. If you do cocaine, you do hard drugs, you do even tramol. And all the things that we see in supposed, heavily congested areas. These are some of the things you find. Sometimes, many years ago, you sit in a trottoir and you find out that both the mate and the driver are all smelling alcohol. There are times you hear of issues where you're traveling and the driver says, wait for me, I'm coming, I'm going to pee. And he knows a particular blue kiosk around that he goes to do. That's not what we have today. Today, the issue is complex. We're talking about electronic gadgets, and that's why sometimes I don't understand why the police service, they embark on very good, projects, and then they stop midway without announcement. Many years ago, when we had the buses crashing, like the Sprinter buses crashing, they told us it was because they were converting most of those buses from right-hand drive to left-hand drive, right? And then they told us that the position of the handbrake and all that was a problem. Many of them were impounded, and they were asked to move off the road and all that. What happened? We didn't see that again.
You mean the Vox?
Yes.
This is a
Voxy is just a recent, Voxy, Toyota Voxy. It's just a recent, event. Even that Toyota is saying that it's not meant to do the kind of jobs we are using it for.
Yeah.
People are using it for intercity.
Yeah.
And Toyota says, no, this is just a town ride. It is not meant to do long journeys. For that matter, it doesn't have the kind of center of gravity that to carry the number of people we're doing and the speed at which they drive. Anytime I'm traveling to Kumasi or outside of this city, many of the cars that you see that do those things is the Voxy. I don't know why they feel that the Voxy is that powerful to do the kind of things that they do with it. But indeed, these are difficult times, and most of those cars are coming from Japan. From Korea, and if it's from Korea, they are right-hand drive country, so they have to change the steering from the left. From the right to the left for you in order to use it in Ghana. Then you compromise what we call safety. You will compromise even the make of the car. Even center of gravity, which we all know is accounts for many of the reasons cars overturn. You will know that these are things that we should be paying attention to. Then the police went on to seatbelts. It was a huge campaign in this country. If you're not wearing seatbelts, I remember they take TV stations to on the spot locations where they are inspecting what you call seatbelts. That is also gone under. We don't hear about that again. Then they switch on to mobile phones and electronic gadgets. That too is over. And you know what is strange? Now that we have a lot of motorbikes in the system, you see police officers who are riding their own bike without helmets. You see police officers sit behind what's the name? The Okada riders, and without helmets. You see police officers sit on bike, and there's a red light, and they're also crossing. So some of these things are systemic in discipline that has to be dealt with. And how do we deal with them? One, we need to fix our roads, which we'll agree. And it's unfortunate that this is happening on a very good road. This is a highway that was completed just some few years ago, and suddenly we're seeing this kind of things. Where are you going to? Like the police officer said, the ASP said, where are you going to? You're already in Accra. Where the rush? What's the problem? And you find out that 11 lives are lost. Sometimes we don't quantify the value that these people were offering while they were alive, especially their families. You never know if there's any young person who is in JHS or SHS whose life is now dashed just by losing the dad or the mother or any relative of that sort. And so indeed we need to come to a conclusion where we should pay attention to some of these things. That's why I believe that, look, development can never be a national issue. It is a micro issue that has to start from somewhere. And starting from somewhere, how does, let's say, Krowo as a municipality manage themselves? If we can get each of the district assemblies managing themselves in a manner that brings value to the national kitty, we should not have some of these problems. We should not. I don't see it. But you see, we're always focusing on the bigger picture. We're always looking at the national picture. National picture is informed by perhaps the local picture. And that is why we need systems to forestall some of these things. The drivers were overspeeding. What happens when the driver is overspeeding? Some years ago, we had installed cameras all over the various, traffic lights in this country, especially in Greater Accra. And we are told that there's a big screen in the police headquarters where they monitor some of these things from. You did not see some of this reckless driving. You did not see some of this, reckless overtaking on the street. But unfortunately, sometimes the police themselves are part of the process. You are in traffic, it is just a two-way lane. There's nowhere else to go. You see a police vehicle with school children going to school with uniform, and they are using the siren. Some two weeks ago, a week ago, the police embarked on this, unauthorized use of the siren and all that, which is good. Those things have to be sustained. Those things we have to keep doing it. You can't do it on the spot and leave it and then go back again. Sometimes you're driving on the highway and you find out that there are police people on the road who are checking some of this indiscipline. However, they are hiding. They are either in the curve just to see who is speeding in the curve. They are either hiding in some bush or behind some trees. The moment you show up, then they show up on the street and all that. I think that we need a more holistic system with the National Road Safety Commission, the Police Service, the National Commission for Civic Education, and citizens, I mean, people who are participating in the public safety space, like NGOs and all that, need to come together and we need to resolve this. People should not be getting away from some of these incidences.
Right.
That is life lost. At best, it's murder. Because you intentionally, you knew it was an area that there's heavy pedestrian work. It's not a brake failure. It is not that you lost control. It is just that you were overspeeding. And therefore, when you were confronted with a sudden event, you could not control it.
Right.
Oh, 2024, during the elections, I was coming from Ho.
Yeah.
During the election period, campaign period, I was coming from Ho. And then I had a very gory accident at Shire Hills.
Oh.
What was it? You know these cars that, carry cattle, right?
Okay.
Cattle for,
yes.
We are bringing it to this, the ranch at Ashama,
yes,
Tulaku.
yes, Tulaku.
And so they are always on that road.
Those trucks, those mini trucks.
Yes. It was a pickup actually, a Nissan pickup.
Okay.
Carrying, I didn't see him at the time carrying any goods, but he was coming from a ranch and going on the road. And they told me that that's what he does. Well, I was actually driving at a very good speed, like 100 kilometers per hour. The road was free anyway, so that is not a problem. Then I saw this guy in front of me, ahead of me, and I was trailing behind him. And we're all going fine. Suddenly, this guy just took a turn on me. And without any indicator light, what you call navigator light, without any indicator light, he just branched on me, hit me on the side, and my car was rolling like that into the ditch. But for God, and for driving maybe a car that is solid, maybe I'm gone. You understand? And you see, these are the things that we need to watch. There are cars on these roads, on these highways, that do not have any light.
Yeah.
Even the front light, which is supposed to be the what they call the headlight, is missing. Brake lights missing. Reverse lights missing.
Yeah.
And then you don't even have any reflector on some of them. And they are very rickety and on our roads. What is the program from the National Road Safety Commission, from the police service in dealing with this? You see the MTTD, is it MTT or MTTU? Or
it's MTTD. It's not a department.
Okay.
Yes.
You see the MTTD, for instance.
Yes.
My problem with them is that they are only there looking for punishment. It's only looking to punish somebody.
Yeah.
What do you do when traffic lights are not working? What do you do? What's the role of the police in that, or the MTTD in that? Sometimes it's even annoying to see that the traffic light is working and you still have policemen directing traffic there, and then there's chaos. And once you present a certain chaotic situation, human as we are, everybody wants to find their level.
Yeah.
And so we need a more systemic, solution to some of these issues than just, let's punish the person who was driving without driver's license and all that. Police people are more interested in people who are driving with an expired driver's license than in making sure that the road is safe. You have people who are selling, and they sell in the middle of the road. Pedestrian walks are all, gone because individuals have begun to sell on the road. Police people won't do that. It's now taking the district assemblies and the municipal assemblies to clear people from the road. That is not the job of the municipal assemblies or the district assemblies. This is a job of the MTTD. This is a job that the police must be interested in. Partner with some of these municipal assemblies in order to resolve some of these challenges. Because if I go there as an ordinary person and I'm just an official of a municipal assembly, who respects me? Who sees me? I may even have a relative in there and I have interest, and therefore I may not do it. But we have institutions that are paid, like the police service, that have the mandate to ensure that there is safety on our roads. Why did we create the MTD for? What was the purpose? Why did we create the National Road Safety Commission? What was the purpose? Why the National Commission for Civic Education?
Yeah.
What are their purpose? What is the role they are supposed to play in our governance process?
True.
And so these are the things that we need to be looking at. Than all this punishment and all that. One time I was driving around the Flamingo Road there. I was using the DV.
Yeah.
And then I was stopped by a police officer.
Okay.
What is it? I didn't have a license. And I know that I do have a license. I told him I've been driving since 2002.
Right.
I'm not even a Class B driver. So I have a license. Oh, no, once you don't have it, park. And this was just a lane, one-way lane.
Yeah.
And he was interested in what he would do with me than the other people who will be affected. And I said, this is a highway. How do you expect me to stop? I'm not going to stop.
Yeah.
Because my life is more important to me than your so-called interrogation you want to do. If you have any challenge, I'll give you the number. I can give you a picture of it, and then you can go and check. But he was more interested in the punishment bit, or the kickback bit, as you call it loosely. So for me, I think that we need a more engageful dialogue at the national level on these matters, and then find a roadmap. What role must the police play? What role must the National Road Safety Commission play? And what role must the National Commission for Civic Education play? Number two, how do we rid our roads of all the dangers? There are times you are driving at night and there's no street light on. No, not one. The motorway is being constructed, okay? I agree it's a construction in progress and there are a lot of challenges with that. But I thought that all those roads that are being constructed, the police people would have manned up on those roads. Because even when the road was good, we were having armed robbers attacking people on those roads. We were having sometimes the lights are off. Currently the lights are off because the construction is ongoing. But you have no police program to tell me that on these roads, because of the situation we have, we are going to have stops on those roads. You drive through the motorway throughout the whole. I'm always a late night person. Sometimes I'm coming home at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. And you drive through the entire stretch of the motorway and there is no police, stop anywhere, and there is no control anywhere. Everybody's doing their thing. People are joining the motorway from different angles and all that. So please, I think that we need a more engageful, dialogue on this matter. We need a more national approach, and we also need to get the district assemblies involved. You see, anytime the police people are doing some of these things, they are using their national team, or the patrol team, or the squad, or whatever. One of the teams that they use for some of this, the MTTD go on some of the, and they are always there only in the daytime. In the nighttime, all you see the police people doing is flash torchlight in your face, and then move back. That's all they do in the night. And we are more at risk at night because of one, the lighting, two, the roads itself, and many other issues. Why are we not concerned about some of these approaches? We should be concerned. This accident happened at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. 4 a.m., right? Is that what we're told? 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Indeed, if we had some systems in place, this should not be happening. But unfortunately, this has happened, and we need to find a way going forward, and we need to resolve some of the challenges.
We're going to take a break, but what I'll say is this, and I think that you have brilliantly elucidated almost all the issues. You've brilliantly outlined almost all the issues, because there's still a number of, there are others that we can touch on. But you see, the thing about this town, or this part of town, is that we know all our problems, and we also know the solutions to our problems. Unfortunately, for some very strange reason, of course, you and I can hazard a guess. You and I can propound all kinds of theories to try and understand why we do not want to take the right decisions and the right actions to deal with the problem. You think that all the things you've said today, if you go to National Road Safety Commission, if you go to MTTD, right? You think they don't know? They know all these things. The challenge we have had is how to take the right and the tough decisions. But you see, in also taking the tough decisions, oftentimes we're minded by the political or electoral consequences of those decisions. Not long ago, and as you rightly said, we're going to take a break. When I come back, I'll introduce our other guest, our other esteemed guest. Not long ago, the National Road Safety Commission came out to complain about these, is it Voxy vehicles?
Toyota Voxy.
Okay, Toyota vehicles. And raised two issues. One being the fact that these vehicles are not supposed to be in Ghana in the first place, because when they come to Ghana, they are right-hand vehicles. When they come to Ghana, they change them and convert them into left-hand vehicles. That in itself contravenes the laws of the country. But of course, there are also risk and safety issues associated with that kind of thing, because you don't even know the person doing the conversion, right?
True.
Now, the National Road Safety Commission said it was going to go all out and arrest and catch all the users of these vehicles. But I can tell you, as a matter of fact, that the kind of pushback that the National Road Safety Commission has been experiencing in trying to effect, or in trying to execute this policy, it hasn't been easy. It then came down to an issue of, we voted for this party, small job that I'm also going to do to feed my family. You're asking that you want to arrest my car. When you arrest my car, how am I going to feed my family? Who vote for you again? It comes down to that. Now, whether you like it or not, the National Road Safety Commission board I will say, boy, man, he's an NDC man. He's a former director of legal for the party. He's not being a person. So in taking some of these decisions, he's also being careful that in arresting these guys who are bringing this, because you see, when you have to arrest the value chain. Who are the people who are importing the cars and the people who are using it? And why are the people at the ports even allowing these cars to come to town? So it's a whole value chain. You have to arrest a lot of people.
Yeah.
And as soon as you say you want to move, hey, we voted for you. You see, so and political parties normally and typically want to stay in power. Well, for good reasons, I suppose, which is that they want to develop this country. But it is the opposition. So, Charlie Young, let's allow the cars and kill. Let's allow the cars on the roads to kill us. Double way people. Double way people. Look at the number of boys who are doing this double way business. If you tell them to stop using the Tamamoto way, they'll say they'll vote for you. And when they are using the Tamamoto way, they just don't use the road. They are competing with you and I who are driving. You know, I'm driving some small Tico. They are competing with me. My car is small. You are even lucky. The Land Cruiser, even if they cannot cross you. I mean, they can cross me.
Well, I don't drive with speed. I just drive with speed.
Well, today you use the Land Cruiser, which is fine. But I'm saying that they can cross you if you're using the Tico. And they feel they're entitled to use the road.
For the records, I don't drive a V8.
Okay, then let's take a break. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
And there they are. The squad is ready, lined up, ice cold, focused and prepared for national duty. Every bottle in position, every label shining with confidence. And here comes the selection. One bottle steps forward, picked from the squad, ready to deliver for Ghana. He takes the first sip. Oh yes, refreshingly hydrating. The whistle goes. The Black Stars are on the move. He breaks through the defense like flowing water. Beautiful control. He lines it up. He strikes. Goal! Ghana is awake. From the fridge to the field, Awake keeps you refreshed. Awake purified drinking water. One for life. Proudly supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kelkit Toothpaste. Wow. I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kelkits, happy smile.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson, Asamo.
Me didn't tum. Mr. Femi Calico, just call me cockroach.
Now, Mr. Femi once now.
Hey, that's you. Improve car. Yeah. Captain was key to double the action. Me did this sasso spray. Mr. Femi sasso quell. Yeah, go to my sasso.
Come on, Tom Preco.
the old way. Let me show you a new and a better way. EduPack.
EduPack?
Yes, EduPack. A GS-approved and supported initiative for all first-year students going to SHS by Prospectus Ghana Limited. Now you don't need to go to the market. All your trunks, mattresses, pillows, including plastic chalkboards, are all waiting for your child at the school. Note, all our wooden chalkboards are being changed to plastic ones to avoid bedbugs.
You can also register by dialing *713*821# following the prompts, or you can visit www.edupackgh.com and tap register. You can also register at any ADB branch near you at a very affordable price. EduPack, approved and supported by GES.
Metro TV, Original TV, Original FM and Metro Digital, under the auspices of the Office of the Chief of Staff, proudly present the Clean Conference 2026. Theme: Assessing Ghana's progress towards UN SDGs Agenda 2030. SDG 6, Clean Water and Sanitation. SDG 7, Clean Energy. And SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production. Friday, 21st August 2026, 9 a.m. at the City Conference Hall, University of Ghana, Legon, Accra. With just 4 years to achieve the UN SDGs 2030, how far has Ghana come? The answers begin with one national conversation. The Metro and Original Sanitation Conference with the Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Debra. In attendance will be the Gamanche, His Royal Majesty King Takiteko True II. The Clean Conference, bringing together government, development partners, industry players, academia, civil society, and all Ghanaians. Change is not only in conference rooms, so there will be a cleanup exercise on Saturday, 22nd August 2026, also led by the Chief of Staff. Join thousands of volunteers for this massive cleanup exercise across the major streets of Accra. Metro Clean Conference, Wahuni Diema or Maini Tumpong.
All right, you're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Audu Moro. Let me just say that one of my guests, or the other guests, is also here with us. And before I bring him in, let me remind you that the National Youth Authority has started its National Youth Month. It started on the 1st of August. And it's happening from the 1st to the 30th of August, and is on the theme Rebuilding Values, Inspiring Patriotism and Empowering the Youth in the Digital Age. Now the celebration has kicked off. In fact, it kicked off on Saturday, 1st of August with the National Voluntary and Community Service Day. Now it will be followed by youth engagement with Christian and Muslim religious leaders on the 6th and 7th of August. From 10th to the 13th of August, the National Youth Conference takes place at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and is bringing together young leaders and stakeholders from across the country. Then, from 16th to 19th of August, young people will make their voices heard at National Youth Parliament. The excitement continues on 21st of August with the Inter-Agency Football Gala at the Accra Sports Stadium, followed by the Intergenerational Dialogue on 21st of August. The month-long celebration comes to a close on 30th of August with the Red Means Stop campaign at the Independence Square. Young people are encouraged to register to attend, volunteer, exhibit their products and services, or sign up as media partners through the official National Youth Month registration portal. Now this August, volunteer, learn and lead and also serve. Now this August, National Youth Authority facilitating youth development. And also, the Clean Conference is happening live on the 21st of August. It's gotten a lot of Ghanaians talking. It's exciting, isn't it? We can't wait. It's happening on Friday, 21st of August, 2026 at the City Conference Hall, University of Ghana, Legon. It's at 9 a.m. exactly. And it's just one question. Listen, with 4 years to achieving the UN SDGs 2030, how far has Ghana come? The answers will begin with one national conversation with Metro and Original Sanitation Conference. It's with the Chief of Staff. In fact, this is done under his auspices, Honorable Dr. Julius Debra. The Clean Conference is bringing together government, development partners, traditional authorities, industry players, academia, civil society, young people, and all Ghanaians. It's a cleanup exercise which will happen the following day, which is on the 22nd of August 2026. So please be aware. All right. Okay. So, all right. So let me just say that my other guest, as I did mention, is with us here. I'm talking about Dr. Okoboy, who is a former health minister, a former board chair of Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. He's also a former chief executive officer of the National Health Authority. And then he's also a former deputy health minister. And there's one last one. In fact, he's a former MP for Lejukuku. But he has a profession. Doctor, medical doctor. Currently, he's reading his PhD. And he's also reading law at the same time. The thing about him is that he is always learning. He never ends. And so it shouldn't come to a surprise at all. Dr. Okoboy, good morning.
Good morning.
There's one more thing I need to add.
No, I think it's enough.
It's enough.
In opposition, past titles only make you more depressed. So let's make progress. Let me first of all greet my senior from Presec, Wonder. Yeah. Moro.
The one doesn't want the past title.
Moro, if you look at our dressing, you can see the difference between power and opposition.
It's wearing fools. Some fools.
I'm in a working gear.
Okay.
Working hard to let Wonder come to this side as he comes to position. And he's in a nice jacket. So, good morning to all your viewers.
Before you go ahead, Jennifer has just sent me a message. Jennifer is a lady who ensures that everybody is comfortable when
Yes.
Okay. She just sent me a message. She said she begs you. There's no seat for opposition and seat for incumbent. There's no seat for an opposition, no seat for incumbent.
When I was in power, I always sat here. So check your record.
So now that you have been relocated,
it means that this is a place for opposition.
You have been reminded by your opposition. Good to see you, bro.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Long.
Yes. Because of the election,
right?
Your brother is running for chairmanship.
I know. You're hot.
So I've been running.
Anyway, he's going for Greater Accra Regional Chairman.
Yeah, I've been going around. And this is actually my approach for the campaign.
Okay.
To signify a lot of energy.
Hit the ground running.
Yes. And I think so far, let me take the opportunity to thank all the delegates, council executives across the region.
Okay.
I think I've done about 31 or so out of 34.
Wow.
Today I'm doing 2 more.
Okay.
And I think the message is very clear. We are one family. So I'm careful not to take on my opponents too much. All I tell them is that we need a lot of strategy, we need a lot of unity, and a lot of energy. As for resources, you can't have more than Wonder and his team. But what you can have is energy.
Yeah.
What you can have is a lot of strategy. And just as they used energy and strategy to come and take power, similar tools will be applied between now and December, so that Alhaji, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, inshallah, will become the leader of this country. Tomorrow is the day. And when we conclude the program, I'll appeal to the delegates so that they look at the work ahead of us. There's a lot of work. All tangential and peripheral talk doesn't bring power. People are saying, okay, so it's normal for elections. But I want them to focus on who can apply energy, work with the region. In modern times, lordship is not the kind of chairmanship we need. In the past, a chairman was like a lord, where he meets his subjects. In modern times, it is servanthood. You must be a chairman who is willing to go and sit at the foot of those you are chairing the region over or with. And I think that once you think like that, you wouldn't be looking for necessarily a 70, 80 or 90-year-old person. And I meet some people, they go like, you look very young. Say, yes, you need youth and energy to lead a region that is youthful. Now voters, I think 80% of all our voters are under 50 years. So I think it's only appropriate that we reflect what is on the ground. And tomorrow, hopefully when I come, God willing, next week Friday,
you will be introduced.
You should be careful in how you you introduce, because the designation might change.
Yes. We will start
not only an active member of the opposition.
We will start with
it will move from an active member of the opposition to leader of the opposition.
And so we'll start with joining us is the Greater Accra Regional Chair.
In fact,
the New Patriotic Party.
In fact, the opposition New Patriotic Party.
Anytime tomorrow. Enough.
In fact, 7 January 2029, when we come, I'll remember you.
Charlie, just a new politician said, anyway. But you are different. You know, politicians don't have a good image. There's this, perception that politicians tend to forget their friends when they get power. But I think that Okoboy has redefined that, which is good. I mean, whether in government or in opposition, he hasn't changed. He's still in touch with people. In fact, I think that he's too good towards his friends that it's becoming a problem for some people. That when they're nice towards your friends, regardless of whether they are CPP or PNC, that one is a crime. Let's stop the pettiness.
No, he's a friend.
There's nobody in this town. Whether NPP or NDC, who doesn't have friends across the board. It's not possible. You can't survive in this politics without having crossed. And I'm not talking survival in terms of money. But I mean, why? Wonder. You attended school Wonder. Presec.
Yes.
So today you see Wonder in bypassing because what kind of petty-mindedness is that? But it is what it is. The good thing is that those who think like that are in the minority.
Yes.
The majority are more open-minded and
they are not even a mighty minority like what we have in Parliament. They are a very micro minority.
Okay.
Those who think like that.
I've heard you, boss. Anyway, so Doc, we are concerned that road accidents are taking out the lives of innocent Ghanaians. Of course, the causes of these kinds of calamities are always different from one point of view to the other, but at least the causative effects are broadly been identified. So just a few days ago, we heard what happened at Ofanko. It's claimed 12 lives, and these are human beings we're losing. And as you've always said, the biggest asset that every country has, every community has, is the human beings. And of course, one of the reasons why you want to become chair is just because you want to lift the quality of the lives in Greater Accra for everybody, whether NPP or NDC. You want to make it better. And so, if we're losing these lives, we all have a cause to concern us. Your other brother said that, look, these are in some cases people's sisters, in some cases people's mothers, people's fathers, and so on. And when you may not know how it feels like until you lose a mother or a father or somebody who is very dear to you. And in most cases, there's somebody whose recklessness has killed that person. You've taken the person's life. Of course, in this particular case, the National Road Safety Commission says they're investigating. The MTTD also said they're investigating to know what the real cause. Of course, but they have their own sense of what may have caused it. They're talking about Sumaboboya that was parked in the middle of the road. Somehow, the two cars that crashed didn't see it, and the collision happened. I don't know what's been also going through your mind. I mean, it's a tiring subject. It's crashes, either air or road crash, What aren't we getting right, Doc? We really need a problem. What's the issue?
Well, Moro, before, let me say a very good morning to all your viewers and to all constituency executives in Greater Accra. Moro, in medicine, when you take a disease, the first thing they tell you, you read about, they call it the etiology of the disease.
Okay.
Which is how the disease comes about. Then the next thing you read about is the predisposing factors or risk factors, the things that will make you have a high chance of getting the disease.
Okay.
So let's say for hypertension, as you grow beyond usually age 35 or 40, your risk is higher than someone who is 20 years. Number two, if you're overweight, very overweight, your risk of getting it is higher compared to someone who is not. If you drink heavy, you are a heavy consume heavy amount of alcohol, then your chance is very high. And then it becomes very, very high if you don't do any physical activity. You don't walk for even 40 minutes a day or 1 hour a day, always sedentary. There are things in this country that makes us highly predisposed to the things we see.
Before you go ahead, and I'm happy you've raised this issue, the predispository factors.
Yes.
this hereditary matter. Okay, do we inherit these non-communicable diseases? Okay, once it's in your family, it doesn't matter what you do.
There is some level, but other things must add before it shows up. So if your family, most people have hypertension, and they normally, some families, they have body, they are big.
Yeah.
If you also become as big as your predecessors, and you are sedentary as they are, I'll take a market woman, who was born from, who inherited their mother's shop. They all sit at one place. The family is normally big. If the same lifestyle, then it will show up. You are likely to show up. But if you take a lifestyle which is opposite, big market woman sits at one place. Your grandmother was big, but you give birth to a child who likes sports, and is always on the road. He's a marathon runner. It's unlikely that they will show the same thing. Also, although the genes is there, so the two must come together. The genes and the environmental factors, which is how you live your life and all that.
All right, so please go ahead.
So, look, in this country, when you meet 10 drivers, only 3 or 2 attended driving school.
True.
Even if they got license from DVLA, they might not have sat in the classroom. So they don't appreciate that when you get to a place where there's traffic light, roundabout, it is the one inside. You see someone coming from outside, when you are in there, they don't even know that. So immediately your drivers did not sit in a class to be taught how to behave. It's a recipe for chaos. The second one is that in this country, forgive me, but a lot of roads, basic reflectors that would show margins of the road when you approach, especially in the evening, we don't have. We do a fine road and we assume once it's ready, people should drive on it. Sometimes they don't even tell you whether it's ready to drive on. We ourselves jump on it without any middle marking. Lekman Road is an example. The road is done, but many intersections, you don't have traffic light. Yet drivers are coming together. Every time you have a country where there are junctions, busy junctions, but there's no traffic light, you know what it means? Everybody should use their sense. And more, the sanction regime is also very poor. Drivers, this morning when I was coming, some driver just moved from some lane, crossed to another lane. And when they finish, you know what they do? They look in the other direction, as if they are talking to someone.
That's true.
So that if you are passing, you want to go like, what is wrong with you? You don't even get opportunity to see their face. So more, people misbehave on the road because they know that the sanction regime is very weak. And the last one, more, every country, if you can't even afford to have highway police or highway patrol police, not MTTD, we can transform our MTT to do that. But these people drive on busy roads, and their only function is checking whether a car has broken down, or something has happened, or they have to check some, because you can have some driver. The way he drives at the junction shows that driver is a red flag on the rest of the journey. Highway patrol monitor you 1-2 junction and stop you and check what is happening. Because if one guy goes to the club Friday night, leaves at 5 a.m. and is heavily drunk and gets on a road, if you don't pick him out early, he will kill a lot of people. So this is the country in which we live. And in the absence of all this, you know that there's a recipe for disaster. Now, even the supervising officers, let's say National Road Safety, how do you call it, MTTD, if a major accident happens, can someone lose their job or be sanctioned because of that? No.
It doesn't happen here.
The salaries and allowances of those who are in office, there's someone's allowance change based on the number of deaths. No. No. Immediately, there is no correlation between what happens on the road and my salaries. Why do you, forgive me, any rational human being, why do you expect the head of MTTD to, on his own, get up and say, let me check what is happening at Laboni Junction. Let me do. Moro, you pay him the same. The allowance is the same. There's no sanction. And the last one, if I forget, we also don't decentralize most of our activities. So now, as we speak, if anything happens today at Circle, they'll be looking at MTT director for Accra. What about the municipal assembly that is in charge of Circle? Where is their safety team? And because that is their hood, they are supposed to be the local father. Every community has a father. The father is the municipal, the DC. In Ghana here, there are two things that makes them weak. We don't vote for them. They are appointed. So instead of looking out for our welfare, they go to those who brought them, the power brokers that brought them. That's our problem. So you have an MC who will be comfortable sitting in the house of a big man who brought him the whole day to have a chat so that he secures his seat, than to go and check what is happening on the highway in his constituency. Yeah. The second one also is that most of our inflows for them is assumed that the inflows is small. So for some strange reason, for years it has been small. And because of my experience, even when they have opportunity for it to go up, they keep it small. You know why they keep it small? Right. Because nobody is looking at the inflow to market to what they must do. Bro, it's a general problem. I get it. So I think the 2 or 3 things you have to do. Number one, every assembly must have safety officers. I know they already have them, but they should look at our rules, because that's what is killing a lot of Ghanaians. Number two, you spoke about Voxy and all that. It has nothing to do with the switch. It has to do with unlimited speed. Yeah. Those vehicles, they are not driven on highways at where they came from. They are town vehicles.
Yeah, but in some cases, some of them are, how do you call it, long journey vehicles.
No. See, it's only in Africa, and I understand, because of poverty levels, we use one car for all purposes. Yes. If you check Voxy, the design, the make, is not a highway vehicle.
Yeah, Toyota actually is
I mean, it's an urban vehicle. Meant for commuting. Yeah. That's why they made it in that design.
Yes, I'm saying, okay, that's the problem that road safety has. That you don't use it for long.
My point is that you can even use it for long. You see, you have to be. They call it. You have to think globally, but act locally. Because of standard of living and poverty levels, you are not acting smart if you tell a Ghanaian who has struggled to import Voxy that don't go on the highway. He brought it to do business. What you can put in place is that put speed limits on all Voxys. Yes. There must be a DVLA office or a safety office where you come, and the state actually is the one who does the speed limit. Vehicles, they can put a speed limit. If you go beyond that, the car will not go 80 kilometers per hour or 70. Okay. Do that. What it does is that the driver will not be in a hurry, because they know they can't. Even if they press the whole pedal, it can. Look, this Shell, they are long trucks. Yes. The reason why, if you check, ask the drivers,
it moves very slowly.
Yes. They don't get accidents like the rest. It's because of the instructions. They have a time you have to arrive. If you arrive before the time, you are in trouble. Yeah. They have cameras monitoring them. In fact, if they press the pedal, it can't go beyond about 100 kilometers. There's a speed. Meanwhile, the one that is private, sometimes you see a cheaper truck is driving like a sports car. Yeah. It's like danger on the road, though. Yeah. The reason is that if you do physics, the momentum of a tipper truck is dangerous. Yeah. Same speed, but because of its weight, when it touches anything, it can clear everybody. Absolutely. Look, I learned about 2 tipper trucks involved in this accident. So these are things. So we must be intentional. Immediately put speed limits. Watch where the deaths are coming from and act. Don't go and say don't bring Voxy. No, all Voxys should look. Every VITS vehicle, 90%. There was a change of the the steering. It's a left hand whatever. Yeah. Right? No, it's a right hand. All VITS.
It's the Yaris.
Why have we not said that VITS? Have you seen VITS having accidents in that? It's because Accra is a town riding. Yeah. So they don't go at 120 kilometers per hour. More, see, we are smart as a country. Yeah. It's not like we don't have sense. But what is left with us is to be intentional and put in place measures. Okay. And not to watch faces. All this, I'll not vote for you. Look, if you can show that 2,000 people die every month on our roads, yes, and you tell the voter that it could be you, and that I have a plan that will reduce it from 2,000 to 100. Yeah. Even if it will create inconvenience, they look at the deaths and they will go like, we are with wonder. Moro. So, in conclusion, see, let me give you 2 instances. Okay. When you are driving from Labad, from La, towards Junction Mall, yeah, immediately you cross C5 and you're about to approach Nungwa, secondary. Yeah. They've done division of the road. It's a concrete structure. Yes. There are no reflectors on it. If you are not a regular user of the road, you easily climb. People have been climbing on a regular basis.
That's true.
When you are approaching Ghana staff, GAFC, Ghana Armed Forces, you know what? If you are going straight and you don't know the road, you will jump the concrete because you have to go on the right to avoid it. There are no reflectors, very obvious ones, to show you that you are approaching a structure. Yeah. I went to urban roads I was MP or I was PC and told them, please come and put just reflectors. No, they came. But when they put 2 things, it was not significant. And within a short time, it's like it faded. No, it doesn't cost a fortune. I'm not asking for very serious interventions that involve money. Which these reflectors and bands. The last time I was driving somewhere in Europe, in the night, I saw something and went like, wow, we don't need street lights. They have these huge road safety reflectors at the margins in junctions. When your light throws on them, they magnify. And all of a sudden, in the dark, it's like they put on light everywhere, but there's no light. Oh, we can't do these things. So let's continue to make our leaders uncomfortable by telling them that, please, we can do it. So that we don't get the excuse that, oh, it cannot be done. It can be done. And by the way, I teach policy at JIMPA, Public Health.
Oh, nice.
The PhD I finished last year. Tomorrow, I'm not still studying. Your information is late. It's not recent. I finished last year. But, you know, if I use doctor, more, one I will tell is people that I'm an aristocrat. So I use it in the classroom. One of the things I tell my students in policy is that the policies a country has is a reflection of the values they put on their people.
Absolutely.
So if you're a country and people are dying like chicken on the roads and you don't move quickly to put in place policies or interventions to reduce that, it tells your value. It means that
you don't value
your it's God that takes. Well, in fact, it's not to forgive me. It's not like in reference to this particular current administration. But this is the only country where 15, 20 people can die. And it's like, oh, when is the funeral? Oh, 1 week. Let's go and do it. I mean, elsewhere, if 10 citizens die on the spot, there's an inquiry to try and avert or stop such a thing. Look, this thing that has been of Anko, if they are not intentional to put in place interventions, 2 weeks' time, a similar thing can happen.
So, Ghana here, we don't value lives. We don't value human lives.
We have to move to value lives.
Look at what is happening in our hospitals. And look what's happening on our roads. We have a problem. We have a serious problem.
Another emerging trend is minors.
By the way, congratulations. Except that you didn't keep me posted.
But because plane tickets to go in for the how do you call it, for the graduation. So I'm doing some.
When is the graduation?
It's likely to be December.
But you shouldn't have from with money.
Oh, I mean, in opposition you struggle, but it happens. It will happen.
No, you have to throw some small get together. I mean, Wanda is there. Wanda would support you.
Oh.
Wanda doesn't have money, but he's resourceful.
Yes. Oh no, because he's been a resource in Presec. He's been helping the school with some things.
So. And it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. I want us to move on. I think you said enough about
it. No, I mean, another thing we need to watch is minors beginning to drive.
Minors.
Yeah, if I remember,
that's a big ball. That's a big ball.
Remember this incident, the East Legon incident?
Yeah, the pastor.
You know, those kids who died were my kids' classmates.
Wow.
And it's always a gory experience in the house all the time, you know, mentioning it. So I think that we need a holistic, like you say, we need a more holistic approach to dealing with this whole menace.
That's true. That's true. Anyway, so I want us to move on and look at something that happened yesterday. Yesterday there was a press conference by it was a press conference by the MPP. Okay, so the press conference was organized by a member of the minority in Parliament. He's a lawyer himself, and then also the MP for the Menchia South constituency. He did this on behalf of, I believe, the minority and by extension, the New Patriotic Party. Now, we're told by today's Herald that the Member of Parliament for the Menchia South, Nana Ejebafo-Ewa, has defended the New Patriotic Party's MPP call for a public inquiry into the AXA energy bribery scandal, saying that the process could expose and shame persons found culpable. Interestingly, the list of alleged beneficiaries includes members of both the ruling NDC and the opposition MPP. Many fear that little may come off the scandal. Now, despite some Ghanaians viewing it as an opportunity to address the canker of corruption, now, Mr. Bafo-Ewa said a public inquiry would not only help identify and punish those responsible, but also provide persons alleged to have been involved with an opportunity to clear their names. He said the inquiry would also help establish why similar incidents had occurred repeatedly and provide a roadmap to prevent future occurrences. The public inquiry is not just to find culprits and also punish them, but it is also to give people who are perceived to be involved but are innocent the opportunity to clear their name, and more importantly, give us an idea of why some of these issues have been occurring and have been recurring over the years. Mr. Bafuwa further argued that the inquiry would serve as a deterrent by publicly exposing those found to have played a role in the alleged bribery scheme. He maintains that public accountability was necessary to restore confidence in efforts to investigate, the matter and prevent similar cases from recurring. Now, his comments follow the conviction in the United States of former Goldman Sachs employee Asante Kweku Beku for facilitating bribe payments to Ghanaian officials between 2014 and 2016 in connection with an emergency power agreement involving the government of Ghana and a Turkish company, energy company. Actually, the MPP has subsequently called for a public inquiry into the scandal, arguing that the broader investigation is necessary to establish the full circumstances surrounding the alleged bribery and identify all persons who may have been involved. Now, Doc, let me start with you.
Let me understand so I get more insight. As to
I'm thinking because you when I say you did a presser, maybe you can issue the
I get you from now
the key issues for you.
So I'll divide my time into two.
Yes.
I'll speak small, and then when Wanda finishes, I'll come for my time.
It's called communication strategy. But the thing is that that two schools of thought. There are some people who generally want us to get to the bottom of this, but there's also some who say that we're not going to go anywhere. In any case, it's much ado about nothing. I mean, where do you stand on the obviously I know where you stand. So what for you are the real issues as far as this is concerned?
Well, I think as a country, it's not good for us if a court outside our jurisdiction goes into a matter that involves bribery, and our name is mentioned, and the person goes through their justice system and is found guilty of actually facilitating payment of bribes. Now, Moro, the impression it sends out there is that we as a country are corrupt. I mean, based on the events that have occurred outside. Now, I believe that any country that wants to protect its image would make some effort, Moro, to try and go into the matter locally to see whether, let's even assume without admitting that nobody was paid or bribed in Ghana, but it is your investigation, the institution, you instituting an investigation or an investigatory process, is what would help you come out boldly that, look, this gentleman has been found guilty, yes. He actually paid some monies, yes, but his monies might have been caught up in Europe with intermediaries, and I didn't actually get to Ghana. Well, I hope you get my point.
I get it.
They mentioned not only Ghana, they mentioned Parliament, they mentioned the public PURC, almost all the bodies that are involved in scrutinizing an agreement between Ghana and a foreign entity on energy or power production. Now, I think one fear also or concern that the New Patriotic Party has from the press conference is that, with all due respect to my senior brother Agini AG, I mean, there's been a trend, if you observe, where those who were in the courts answering or accounting for their stewardship, who had affiliation or sympathies with the NDC, have had their cases some way, somehow discontinued, either through an outright nolli prosequa or through quashing at the appeal stage. In fact, one trend that is even interesting is that people who feared the courts or who were, I would assume, who avoided the courts because, in my assumption, and I use the word advice, in my assumption, they didn't have a good case, all of a sudden were now so bold to go on an appeal and take on the same courts.
And perhaps the reverse has happened. The reverse has happened.
Okay, I mean, if you say that, I wouldn't contend you for now. I want to keep my focus. But my point is that it's a strange occurrence when someone who fled Ghana's courts and would not come back despite invitations, all of a sudden gathers the momentum and goes like, I am here to deal with you now. At a time when, with all due respect, a member of their party is the one in charge of prosecution. And so, Moro, because, look, the deal involving the bank how do they call that thing? The reorganization of the banks.
Okay.
One of the subjects of concern, the monies involved that you had to settle with the state was over 5 billion Ghana cedis. Not 5 million.
Yep.
5 billion. Because that person has sympathies or is a member of the current administration, the NDC. Moro, we were told that, he has had an arrangement with us. Moro, listen, and the arrangement is that if he pays 60% of his liability, he can actually walk free for now. Moro, and you know the catch? A citizen wrote to this administration that, can I see evidence of the 60%? Moro, we are still on it. The citizen was told that some documents are being validated. Moro, so when you check the conduct of the administration, it appears, Moro, today I'm choosing my words well, it appears that they would shield their own, but go after those who are not part of their tradition. And so, Moro, it is this quick background I've given that makes every reasonable member of our party or opposition go like, if it is this same administration that must conduct investigation to unravel what has happened, Moro, we know the end from the beginning.
Okay.
So for me, I think, Moro, because I said I would like to run up quickly and see maybe the angles, because it's a discussion. Based on the angle my brother Wonder takes it, am I coming? Moro, for me, these are some of the takeaway points. Number one, Moro, we should not only see an investigation necessarily as wanting to nail somebody or jail somebody. It is a way to look at the gaps in our system that people can exploit to give us contracts that might not be value for money. That's one.
Okay.
Moro. The second part also is that such investigations can also help us to find ways to have agreements that will give us the full benefits.
I get it.
Moro, please, you get it?
I get it.
And then thirdly, if anybody has used us to get some funds that are untoward, we can get our funds back. Okay. When you think this way, that an investigation is to make you better placed so that you're not vulnerable to bribes as a country, you will not fear to go into them. But for those who are saying, if even we should go into it, should not be the AG, with all due respect, it is because of the quick background I've given you, where those who are, in quote, members of their party walk free either through a nollie prosecutor or through, in quote, on the surface, genuine legal processes. And that is, I think, the concern.
Okay.
And I think if we look at it that way, we shouldn't be, look, nobody is saying that someone in this country should be jailed right now, because the facts are yet to be conclusive. Moro, over there, I heard a statement which was very instructive. If it was only allegation of bribe, and that, because someone said, if you look at the judgment, they said discussion, not payment. Well, if it's a discussion, I don't think a U.S. court will end up convicting and say that it will give close to 30 years as maximum sentence.
Right.
So, Okoboy will not see and say, oh, 100% there are thieves around. No. All I'm saying is that what we've seen is enough grounds to do some work in terms of investigation.
Okay.
And I'll be happy if the investigation is done by a body that is not under the control of the Attorney General or this government, because if we go that way, we might not actually get anything that is helpful.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
But as you know, whilst you're talking about how not long ago the NDC had concerns about the judiciary and how all of a sudden they're very okay with the judiciary, and I asked, the reverse has also happened. You know, your party was very, very okay with the judiciary, where the slightest thing that anybody complain about, you say go to court, go to court. And now all of a sudden in opposition, you're also not comfortable with the courts. So would you also find that a bit strange?
Well, if they were, in quote, credible enough to win Ghanaians over, that they have to clean up the judiciary.
Okay.
Then when we too in opposition I tell you there's trouble, then we should also be credible enough to demand a change.
Okay, all right. Wonder. So the MPP doesn't trust the AG, and he's told you why. Because he's found
not the person.
No, okay. So the office. Yes, because there have been some filing of nolli prosequis in the past. They still don't agree with the basis for the filing or the entering of those nolli prosequi. And they are very, very convinced that this office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice appears to be mollycoddling or be treating the NDC with kid gloves. And yet when it comes to the NPP, they quickly will take them to court and hoping that the courts would convict them and subsequently jail them. How do you respond to these issues that the NPP has been raising, which has been clearly elucidated and clarified by Dr. Bernard Okoboy?
Well, clearly the NPP is afraid and scared of their own shadows.
Okay.
What
is the shadow?
Well, they know what they did.
Okay.
I mean, they say that
because when Okoboy walks, I didn't see his shadow. That's all.
When Bibles are mentioned, are usually there.
Okay.
in the grandmothers, right?
Okay.
And so I don't know why the fear, because for 8 years in this country, we have witnessed 2, if not 3, attorney generals under their tenure. 2, I think so. So the lady, what's her name? What's the name of their first attorney general?
Oh, you mean Gloria Kufu?
Gloria Kufu, yes. and then
Godfrey Adame.
We've seen their work. We've seen their work. I mean, it's glaring for everybody to see. We've seen where they entered into nolli prosequis. And you see, the law is the law, and I'm glad he's doing law. It's clear. To enter a nolli prosequi, the AG does not need permission from anybody. It's a matter of discretion from the AG, based on the facts and based on the suitability of the case and the possibility of even getting anything out of the case. And so these are not matters we can discuss, and conclude now. And in doing that, we may even be running away from the main issue, which is the AXA deal.
Okay.
What I do know is that the Ministry of the Attorney General's Department, Ministry, has stated clearly that they are going to investigate the matter.
Right.
And then they will see what is to be done.
Okay.
But I'm going to try to give at least some background and some details on this issue.
Okay.
Number one, let it be clear that in 2020, April 2020, on the 14th of April, boldly on Daily Graphic, the man himself, called Asante Beko, said that he has not bribed any government official or MPs. That was clear. That was his own comment.
Right.
Now, but why are we worried about this issue? Whenever the MPP so jittery about this is a man, and I'm not going to say that he's corrupt or anything of the sort, but I'm going to, based on the court ruling, we now know that he was involved in some scandal. Indeed, yes, it was a power purchase agreement, and I don't even see the need for bribery. Because at the time Ghana was going through the power crisis, and we as a country decided that we needed power generation.
Yes.
And we fell on many other groups, Ameri, Car Power, and then what's the name? The AXA
deal, yes.
Started somewhere in 2014, and somewhere in April or May 2015, Cabinet has approved of it. It went to Parliament. Parliament passed it in July, somewhere 2015. Now, why I'm saying that there was not even a need to bribe, and that's where my case is going to, is that government already needed the power plants, and therefore was willing to pay. And to give even better comfort, he was giving a take-or-pay policy, which policy was to run for 5 years, and of which you can extend. The 5 years actually made them in office. We signed it in 2015. By 2015 plus 5 years will be 20 years.
In fact, the discussion about the extension of the contract started in 2017.
Oh, yeah, I mean, those are
it was finalized in 20.
It was not even the discussion about the extension. It was more, they were talking about the power, the take-or-pay policy that they disagreed with. And that culminated in they having to cede to do the extension, and then they can do something about it. So indeed, these were the facts of the matter. So government was already willing and ready to take it. It's not as if you needed to convince government to buy from you at all costs.
Right.
Government on its own actually invited some of these deals to come through so that we can resolve our power crisis. So number one, there was no need to pay anybody, bribe anybody in this whole deal. Number two, the gentleman who has been jailed was later appointed by President Akufo-Addo.
How do you know? Sorry, when you say there's no motivation to bribe.
Yeah.
How do you know if the alleged bribers had the same mindset?
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm a business person. I go into negotiations. I go into contract.
I'm saying that you won't do
negotiations.
that. But how do you know if?
I'm coming. The only reason you may want to do that is to influence decision.
Right.
Make it. And I'm saying that as at that time, government itself had taken the decision to invite all of this. So who are you buying? I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Understand.
You are only likely to influence if you hit a snag.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a product I want to sell to you. You need it, but you are playing games with me. And I say, let me influence you so you can get it. And I'm saying that at that point, there was no point. There was no need.
Yeah.
Why? Because
the decision has already been made.
The decision has already been made. And government was actually looking out for some of these deals. Number two, this plant even we're talking about is not even a new plant that was constructed. It was reassembled. If you listen to the AXA people themselves, it was a plant that was lying somewhere in another country that was lying idle, and it was reassembled and packaged for Ghana. So it wasn't even the case that AXA needed to go through some hurdle, some major blockade for you to be bribing anybody.
Right.
We are told that some people traveled to Turkey and all that. Yeah, that we agree. And this one, I always say that you cannot fault people who have been invited. And every now and then I also get invited by private companies, and they foot the bill. They will tell you, okay, we'll pay for your accommodation, we'll pay for your tickets, we'll pay for your whatever.
Let me ask you this.
Sometimes they give some of these offers.
Sorry.
But discretion.
Sorry. It's interesting in raising this point, and I've been wanting some clarity on this matter. That if a private company that intends to do business with Ghana invites Ghanaian officials to their country, is it morally okay for them to take care of your bills? Because wouldn't that put them in a conflict of interest situation?
But well, there's a thin line between that. To be honest with you, like I'm saying,
because they may not be the only people who would want to do that business.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have been involved in a couple of some of these, but this is private.
Yeah, but yours is private.
And now I'm coming.
Yes.
But the thin line is that you are offering something I should buy, okay? And you want me to see it. I don't have any interest. What's my business buying ticket to fly to your country when I don't have interest? You are selling the thing to me, so you would want to bring me there. And you foot my bill. Only that should be done in a very transparent manner. For instance, if AXA says I'm going to pay, they could make this open, write to the government of Ghana and say, hey, this is it, we're paying for the trip, and send it to Consolidated.
Okay.
Then government of Ghana spends on these people now, not directly to them.
Okay, so your point is that if a private company is bidding for some contracts in Ghana, and the private company decides that it wants to invite you over to wherever they are, for you to go and have first-hand experience or view of what they have, whatever expenditure or whatever expenses they intend to incur on the trip, send it to the government of Ghana.
Yes, that's open. Then you are not, nourishing somebody's pocket. It's not a private thing you are doing.
Your accommodation.
Yes.
Your allowance.
Yes.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is that you want to spend, send it to government, because anyway, government will spend money.
Yeah.
And that's why we lose so much money. For instance, you are sending about 20 people abroad or 5 people abroad to go, and you're buying tickets of first-class tickets to them or business-class tickets. It costs a fortune.
Right.
And if the deal doesn't go through, government has lost. It's different from when government itself decides to go on an expedition to see for themselves what options are available in the market to buy something. But if you are the one inviting, it's morally right in business to want to make sure that you've taken care of the cost. And I'm giving myself an example. I have companies who invite me, I foot their bill. When I also invite them, I foot their bill. I put them in hotel, I pay for their hotel, I pay for their tickets, and then we do business and they go back. Now, why is that going to influence you? 5,000 Ghana cedis or dollars. How should that be able to influence an MP? Then you are cheap. $5,000 is how much? Even at the time, it was not even up to 50,000 Ghana cedis. How much is your salary? that $50,000 is $5,000 is influencing you. So for me, I think I have a challenge with that, and those are some of the things we need to distill.
Yeah, but we don't have the same value system.
I'm coming number two. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Transparency.
When you ask that can $5,000 influence, what I'm saying, we don't have the same value system.
But we are looking at the person's
$1,000.
No, but
that's how cheap some people are.
You didn't spend more than that when you were coming to Parliament.
Well, every penny.
Good. So I'm saying that have self-value.
And I'm saying this without prejudice.
Integrity is very important.
Yes.
That's why I'm saying that. If indeed that is the case, they could just pay to government checks, and government takes care of your bills.
Yes.
Because we already have, as a country, how much we spend on anybody who is going out.
Okay.
Per diem. Foreign Minister said he knows that there's a standard practice on how much is spent per person per day.
Going forward, these are the kinds of things
that will bring clarity to this matter. If that was done, I'm not sure this will be a problem in this case.
So back to the issue.
So the gentleman himself that has been jailed was appointed by President Akufo-Addo as TOR MD. Now, then you hear all this drama about it is an NDC government who was bribed. It's an NDC government who was the culprit, the one who orchestrated supposedly, has been appointed by the NPP. He's a friend of the NPP. He's a member of the NPP. He works for the NPP. Until the case came up when he resigned, he was an NPP member. So what is all this business about this is an NDC person and all that? You didn't say that, but that's what you hear all over the place. Let's investigate it. We don't trust the AG. We don't trust this, and you don't trust AG for what? Who has been mentioning it? The gentleman himself, which is one of your own government, while you were in government, publicly stated that he had bribed nobody. He gave no bribe to nobody.
But they say the Attorney General has freed his own people, so they don't trust that he would go after them.
Moro, is the height of incompetence to be in government for 8 years, put people in court for 8 years, and you could not get a prosecution. Some of the cases are not even started.
But can that be a reason why these cases must be?
I told you that the Attorney General owes nobody explanation when he goes.
But you talked about prosecuting a case for 8 years, and I'm saying that it's not the reason. Or should that
it may not be the reason, but it's part of the reason.
Right.
Why keep somebody in court for 8 years if you have evidence? If you have the true evidence, fast track the process. And I mean, look, let's not even go into that. We're talking about AXA, and I'm going to stay on AXA. Now, so you go on and on and on. You hear this business about, and now it is NDC that was in power, and then we did this, we did that. Look, the NDP was in power for 8 years after we had left power somewhere in 2016. And throughout that 2016, the NPP ever had any evidence, which actually was communicated to them. Because we hear Martin Abidu say that this case has come up before, and they were investigating, and that the current OSP should have continued the case. Why didn't he continue? Why didn't we see the end of some of these things? So I don't think that we should go into some of these theatrics in the name of who is guilty and who is not guilty and all that. Now, I have in my hands the ruling. From the U.S. court on what actually happened. And you will observe in this ruling, and I'm going to read portions for you, you will observe in this ruling that the thing extended from 2015-14 all the way to 2017. Now 2017 was in power.
Of course it was the NPP.
It was the NPP that was in power. And I can read just the intro for you. Listen to this. The grand jury charges, number one, he said, at all times relevant to this indictment, unless otherwise indicated. One, that's paragraph 1. The defendant, Asante Kweku Beku, was a dual citizen of the United States. In or about and between July 2014 and March 2017, Beku was employed as an executive director in the investment banking division, IBD, of the subsidiary of the U.S. financial institution, blah, 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 and all that. So you see clearly that the case extends from 2014 all the way to 2017. I take you again to paragraph 65. Paragraph 65, it talks about overt act. It says, in furtherance of the conspiracy and to affect its objects.
Page
65, page 22.
Okay.
65. It says, in furtherance of the conspiracy and to affect its objects within the Eastern District of the New York and elsewhere, the defendant, Asante again, together with others, did commit and cause the commission of, among others, the following. When he said A, it says, on or about April 20, 2015, Turkish Energy Company wired 500,000 from Turkish Energy, blah, 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 to the Ghana Consulting Company account using US Bank One. I mean, I can go back and check which bank is that. As its correspondent bank, they try to cover up some of these things because it will affect the image of the bank. The correspondent wired record included the reference number for invoice 1. You go on and on and on. And every page of the document, you see that this is a document or a transaction that transcended 2 political parties. Why is suddenly the MPP waking up to this propaganda that is the NDC that was in power, we are going to leave our own, and we don't want to prosecute our own and all that? It is on record that the man was appointed by President Akufo-Addo. If he was appointed by President Akufo-Addo, does that include him being a member of the MPP? Yes, certainly. And now, if it included him, why then all this drama? If he is one of you, let's call him and ask him to name the people who were involved on that trip, the people who received the gigs, which accounts from which they received it and all that. Because throughout the whole ruling, you'll find nowhere that any name is mentioned. Rather, you have codes. Conspirator 1, Conspirator 2, government official, this and that and that and that, and then some KD somewhere mentioned in the transaction. Now, we are just recovering from, you remember this Anas story on the Ghana football, what do you call it? Ghana football, what?
You mean the Anas expose? The Anas
expose. What that brought to bear at the time was what you call influence peddling.
Yeah.
Now, I am pretty sure in my mind, and being a business person and reading some of these things, that people try to shortchange and shortcut others. In fact, the ruling even says that Asante Beko himself benefited from some money directly himself. In fact, the ruling also says that the company, the so-called consulting company, was a shadow company.
Right.
Okay? It was a shadow company, meaning that Asante Beko himself knew that particular company that was involved in the deal. This is not a member of the NDC. He's not a member of government. He wasn't appointed by President John Dramani Mahama. This is a man who was doing his own business. He was appointed by Goldman Sachs to come and supervise the financial dealings. In fact, he's not even part of AXA. He is representing the financial entity or group that was supposed to promote or sponsor AXA in this whole deal. So we seem to be running in circles over this matter, and I don't see the need for it. Okay. All we need to do right now, which the Attorney General says, is that they will investigate. They will look for it, because in this ruling, it's clear that Ghana authorities, the Office of the OSB, and IOCO actually collaborated in giving out information. And as we speak, IOCO is actually going about seizing or confiscating assets that supposedly were procured from proceeds from this deal. So I don't see the difficulty the NPP has.
But so how can IOCO proceed to confiscate these assets if they don't know the owners of these assets?
No, the ruling is clear. Yes. You know, because we belong to the international community. So then, in fact, one of the reasons why the guy was tried in the US, he was actually opposing it. When they were going to extradite him from UK to the US, he was actually opposing it, insisting that the crime happened in Ghana and that the US court lacked jurisdiction. And the US court says this is an international matter. So therefore, it could be tried anywhere. And it's a crime against their country as well. It's a crime in the US, it's a crime in Ghana as well. So it's not as if you can be safe anywhere.
Because see, the reason why I'm asking, yes, okay, please.
So he was extradited and charged in the US for some of these offenses. I don't think there's a cause for alarm. What we need is to trace the assets, which is a requirement on us. Part of the obligation we have signed as a treaty is to enforce this ruling. And so, how do you trace it? You ask. The company was mentioning this, and transactions were made. Banks were mentioned. If you get the records, you can tell where these monies went, who benefited from these monies. Beku is a dual citizen, if you care to know, and therefore he has a residence, perhaps in Ghana. He has relatives in Ghana. He may have even companies in Ghana. He may have properties in Ghana. You and I may not know sitting down in the studio, but I do know that the investigative bodies do have some knowledge in some of these issues.
As the question asked actually, pertains to, you know, in every bribery situation, there's a giver and there's a taker. At least the giver has been established that he gave something, but who he gave it to, it still remains a question. In fact, if you listen to the NPP's presser, they're saying that what they're saying is without prejudice to whether somebody took something or not, because there's still no hardcore evidence that somebody took it. Yeah. And it is the reason why they are calling for an independent investigation into the matter. Hopefully that should establish who exactly took the money. Because it is very possible that even though Bekun collected the money, he didn't give it to anybody. He claimed he had given it to some people, but he didn't. I'm saying it's very possible. Now, as for Bekun here, you can go after his property because as we speak, he's been convicted. He's going to be jailed somewhere in November. So you can go after his property. But those who people are guessing may have been the recipients or potential recipients of the proceeds of this criminal act. There are many lawyers who are saying that it will be extremely difficult to actually nail them. But I'll take a break. I'll come back to you. So you can quickly do this, and I can bring Dr. Okubai into this conversation as well. Please hold. Please stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana, Metro TV. It's possible that they could
Finding my dream apartment in just 2 days was a breeze with 7terragh.com. Looking for your next home, the perfect piece of land, or the best commercial property for your business? Are you worried about sending money home for property and finding nothing when you return? Well, worry no more. 7terragh.com is just a platform to find prime lands, perfect properties, or vibrant real estate development at the click of a button. 7terragh.com is your go-to property listing platform that allows you to register, list, rent, buy or sell, and connect with correct agents. With our AI-powered smart search, personalized dashboards, verified agent connection, and interactive property maps, all your property needs have been made easier. Check us out on 7terragh.com or contact us on 0302-998-246 or 0561-032-252. 7terragh.com, powered by MNC Properties.
As the days come and go, there's always shit. Let colleagues explore all the planetary bodies. Our mission is in Uranus to treat hemorrhoids, anal fistula, anal fissure, anal incontinence, hidradenitis suppurativa, using laser Legasure for pain-free and speedy recovery. On Uranus Street, Accra, is Mintuba Hospital and Coloproctology Center. Trust Uranus with us and we will delight you. Visit Mintuba Hospital today or call us on 0244 581 541.
Madam, I'm looking for Abena.
Abena, there's someone looking for you.
Madam, please, where's Abena?
Abena, yes, ma'am. Is this who you are looking for?
Madam, please get me Abena. Please.
Della. Abena, bra.
Oh, Abena. If it's not Abena rice, I can't eat any of that.
Abena rice and Nijin Kwa. FDA, a Jadian Kratz way at some.
Metro TV, Original TV, Original FM and Metro Digital under the auspices of the Office of the Chief of Staff proudly present the Clean Conference 2026. Theme: Assessing Ghana's progress towards UN SDGs Agenda 2030. SDG 6, Clean Water and Sanitation. SDG 7, Clean Energy. And SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production. Friday, 21st August 2026, 9 a.m. at the City Conference Hall, University of Ghana, Legon, Accra. With just 4 years to achieve the UN SDGs 2030, how far has Ghana come? The answers begin with one national conversation, the Metro and Original Sanitation Conference, with the Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Debra. In attendance will be the Gamanche, His Royal Majesty King Takiteko True II. The Clean Conference, bringing together government, development partners, industry players, academia, civil society, and all Ghanaians. Change is not only in conference rooms, so there will be a cleanup exercise on Saturday, 22nd August 2026, also led by the Chief of Staff. Join thousands of volunteers for this massive cleanup exercise across the major streets of Accra. Metro Clean Conference. Wahuni Diema or Maini Tumpong.
In Yola, Victoria Naima Abdullahi, the Ghana Sanitation and Environment Conference is happening live at the CD Conference, University of Ghana, on the 21st of August, 2026. I'll be there. Join me. Let's make an impact on everybody.
All right, you're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. I'm still here with Wanda Madilo, who is a member of the NDC's communications team, and also Dr. Bernard Okoboy, who is a medical doctor who is aspiring to become the Greater Accra chair of the new Patriotic Party. We've said it time and again that he has our full blessing and our full support. He has our full prayers because he's a good man. He means well. No, nobody's perfect, but he's a good man. That we can say. And so we can only wish him well. We hope that the delegates will see the values and the attributes and the skills that you have and the competencies that you have, and deliver you a massive votes come that particular day. So you have something to say, want to say briefly? Oh, so it's actually tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, whoa.
You took a big sacrifice.
You're a greater chair. You're a greater cracker. You're a greater cracker.
We have to be multitasking.
It's very important.
In opposition,
you have to do
have a lot of subsidiaries.
Doc and opposition.
We have to communicate and campaign at the same time.
Anyway, so please do land
so Muro, as a country, we need to take a few things a little bit more serious.
Okay.
Well, I can tell you on authority, a lot of former ministers of our country have been scammed before, out of their private pockets. Sometimes when they are out of office, people come to them, have a deal, let's do this, let's do it. Before you say Jack, they've been scammed. Many of them sometimes become even poor, out of their own hard-earned money. Sometimes they feel they have connections, they have contacts, including even ministers who may even be at post. Because sometimes we lack the investigative, finance to know some of these issues. Remember in 2003, Government of Ghana signed an agreement, CNCTI loan, and Osafo Mafo as finance minister.
Right.
It ended up in a barbering salon or a hairdressing salon. Yeah. $300 million for a whole state institution to be gagged. What would you call it? Not gagged, to be, what would be the best word? To be deceived with that level of conspiracy is the reason why in the current global world, we've all got to be careful how we release information, what information is released, how people have access to our leaders. And so it's a difficult thing to go along those lines. And then you remember the cases of Maybe and Johnson in the days past. You remember issues of even there was a housing scheme, Korean housing scheme, that also failed to produce results and all that. So we live in a global world. Ghana must begin to now appreciate how some of these people operate. And you read through the whole ruling, a lot of them is based on speculations. Oh, and somebody's relative, and somebody's nickname KD, conspirator 1, conspirator 2, and all that. And it's all based on hearsay. The gentleman in question himself under cross-examination says, I paid no money to nobody. Indeed, there were conversations that were recorded secretly. Indeed, somebody had engaged him and tried to find out what has happened and all that. Goldman Sachs eventually pulled out of the deal and didn't even do the deal, but felt that they had lost money and that based on their financial regulations, it was against their ethics, and therefore Beku has to be prosecuted and all that. For me, I think that is fine. It's good that he has been prosecuted. It's good that they have gotten the facts. If he will not appeal, I don't know if this will be appealed again and all, but it's a jury, so he may not have a chance to appeal and all that. And so, indeed, things have gone on. And Ghana needs to investigate. We need to put our image right. The reason the Attorney General will investigate it, which I support, is that we need to put our image right. Sometimes some of these things are even conspiracy theories, where one country is damaged so badly about corruption issues and all that, and then you don't find a place in the Committee of Nations, even in the Corruption Perception Index that you find globally, you drop immediately because some of these speculations are not good for our country. So it's good that Ghana is taking steps to confiscate assets, if any have been procured through that illicit means. It's also good that we investigate and get the facts for ourselves. It's also good that when we find people who were actually involved, as it were, in the scandal, they are punished and punished properly.
Okay.
So I think as a businessman, I know that sometimes you send people to do things for you, ask them to go and do a job for you, and then they go there and they are inflating prices. They are creating buy spending avenues to assume that such an amount was actually spent when it wasn't spent. I don't want to believe that this is some of the things that happened within that transaction.
Okay.
Especially knowing that he himself said he had not bribed anybody. So where did the money go to? Who were those 500,000 transferred to? Which account was it transferred to? Who withdrew the money? Who took it? Can we name them? And that would save this country a lot of image and correction than the speculations we see. As for the MPP business about they don't trust the Attorney General and all that, we don't trust them either. It's not as though they don't trust the Attorney General. Well, the Attorney General has done a beautiful job so far. In any case, the Attorney General is not the judge. He goes to court to present a case. And if the judge finds it worthwhile, of which they also have a chance to respond, and then you are let go or let in. All right. At the end of the day, Ghana wins. That's all we want.
All right. So colleagues, let me just say that we have about we actually have just 12 minutes to end the show. So I would want to split that into 6 minutes. But before I do, let me just say that Discover MNC Group Global, your #1 partner in minerals and food commodity trading, real estate development, general logistics, procurement, management consultancy, investment advisory, import and export. They have headquarters in East Legon, Accra, Ghana. MNC Group has offices in Dubai, Hong Kong, and also Guangzhou in China, Johannesburg in South Africa, Virginia, USA, Arizona, Italy, and also Hanover, Germany. We connect markets that drive business growth with tailor-made solutions that will meet your needs. So trust us to maximize your value in every deal. Reach us on MNC Group at mncgroupgh.com or 0302-998-246 or 02655-05337 or 056-1032-252. Doc, I guess we'd rather do for 5 minutes so that I can read the messages the rest of the time.
So, if you read paragraph 25, it says that in or about late December 2014, after the meeting in Ghana, the defendant worked with co-conspirator one and others to arrange for, is that 25? Oh, sorry.
To arrange for representatives of Turkish energy company to meet in Turkey with co-conspirator 4.
Good. The senior Ghana official, other senior Ghana officials, and a relative of the president of Ghana, the presidential relative, who was also associated with Ghana Consulting Company 1 to discuss the power plant. No, see again what I said about tarnishing the image of the country. If our president has been captured in a foreign jurisdiction court, that there were discussions that had to do with activities which the U.S. has punished, it's not something that gives us a good name. So my point is that let's have some investigative process that would come out and say that all that was Bangladesh.
Who should do that investigations?
That's why we are saying that there are many bodies that can do it in country. It's not for me to tell the government. But for the office of the AG, what? It's an excellent one. I mean, some bipartisan parliamentary committee inquiry, or even Shraj. When you task a body, look, Moro, the substance of our politics is that an attorney general, no matter how competent, has some bias because he belongs to a political party. It's straight.
That's true.
So when you have a period, the period being mentioned is the period that his party was in power. In fact, as he goes into the how do you call it? He has an intrinsic bias. So whilst looking for anything, his bias will even let him not be on the road. You understand? Secondly, my brother Wonder tried to use the period from 2014 to March 2017. No, I've read it. March 2017. We came into office 7 January 2017. By March, you are still doing handover.
3 clearance.
So by March, you are still doing handover. Now, he took me to paragraph 65. I followed him nicely and said somewhere April 2015. I was trying to see what I was saying. Only to say that, so the thing cut across periods. But 2015 is the only date I mentioned there.
No, I went for 3 different. Which one are you doing?
When you took me to paragraph 65, I thought you were coming to do some exposition.
65.
But after all your talk, you said the thing cut across periods. You took me there. Go to paragraph 65.
Yes.
And you
No. Yeah, I was talking about the company. I said this company should be a Ghanaian company, and it should be known, and that can be investigated.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So we can also not pick like I don't know. This is cherry picking.
Cherry picking, yeah.
If you
or nitpick.
Exactly. If you set up an investigative process, all these things will fall in line. Again, no names mentioned. The fact that they are saying co-conspirator one, it doesn't mean they don't have their names. They call it a redacted report, like redaction. If you check, they've deliberately. But they have all, and it is collaboration that will let them give it to your authorities. Assuming the way Ayini has been collaborating, then we say we collaborated on this Beku thing. The same way they will be comfortable giving us the details as a state, not to put it on the internet. So wonder should you worry? All the names, the relative, everything is with them. But you must show some interest for them to give it to you. And if you don't show interest, they are not coming to dump it.
Well, Justice Sai said will show some interest. We're collaborating with them. Justice Sai said will show some interest.
Yeah, and more. My brother said, non-prosecutor is a discretionary. Hey, there are some discretionary activities. They create a perception that can send you into a position.
But it's a law. It's a law.
So, but more because such discretionary act is helping us to come to office, I'll leave it.
Let me read these messages. I can bring you in. Let me read these messages because they've been with us for a while now. So this one, Mansa Musa, who is with the Voice of London in the UK, he watches the show every day. He says that, good morning. What is the job of the Road Safety Authority? What impact at all have they had on road transport systems? All you guys are discussing this morning should be the issues and responsibilities that should be known and taken by road safety authorities. What has been their contribution to a government road transport safety policies? Here in the UK, if a manhole gets damaged and don't get fixed, should a pedestrian trip over and injure himself or even worse, the council or government will be sued.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll be sued.
Yes.
Yeah. Accountability is missing in everything we do in Ghana. Time to change. Thanks. It says Mansa Musa, Voice of London, UK. And then Sam Aku Kelly, he says that good morning to you and your team. More, I think the bottom line of all of this, of what's happening is that our sanction regime is so weak as compared with what pertains in other serious countries. Now, the candid observation is that when people mismanage affairs in their positions, authorities just look elsewhere without taking any intentional actions to punish such deviant behavior. Take, for instance, a new registrar who takes office at the scholarship secretariat and finds out from the relevant files that his predecessor awarded scholarship to cronies where huge monies were paid monthly to all their entire family members, and yet sits down comfortably to conduct business as usual until a high commissioner in the UK brings the matter up. No matter our level of efforts at developing this country, if our sanction regimes are not stringent and deterrent enough, we're definitely going nowhere. Now, this one here from Reverend Samuel J. He says, good morning to you and your panel. Moro, trust me, all the problems we're facing in Ghana, 70% depends on the type of politicians we're breeding in our country, in our society. Tell me, Moro, who in his right sense will take huge monies to pay his or her way just to have the opportunity to serve the people? Unfortunately, it is the highest bidder who mostly gets the nod to parliament and sometimes highest office. Moro, to develop the nation depends on you and I, not political parties. And he says, stay blessed. Ali Hureya, who is aspiring to be the regional Zongo caucus, or actually aspiring to become the national Zongo caucus, let me put it that way, national Zongo caucus coordinator for the NDC. He says, good morning. Did Asante Beko mention someone's name or just their positions? Because I don't know why he can't mention their names. He's not mentioning any names, but it's easy to guess the people he's talking about. Now, Ismaila Huraya Ali, Greater Accra Regional Zongo Caucus, and also aspiring to become National Zongo Caucus Coordinator. Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm, he says that, Assalamu alaikum, I totally agree with any Ghanaian who calls for a serious investigations into this AXA Power Project scandal, but I'm sad and worried about how the MP is going about this whole issue. The press conference held yesterday was nothing but to target the president of the country. At least his name was mentioned more than 10 times. But I can assure them that their plans will not work. These are the people who are telling Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta not to come and face accountability and to face justice. If they want to fight corruption, then they should first bring Ken Ofori-Atta to face accountability and justice in Ghana. Now, this one here from Musa Abatwa in Asawase says the recurring corruption scandals associated with the NPP have strengthened the public perception of the party as being focused on wealth accumulation. Ghanaians deserve leadership that prioritizes their welfare and living standards consistent with NDC's social democratic principle of people first, not personal enrichment. My regards to Dr. Mbobafo. Peter T. from Shukura, he says that, good morning, this is Peter T. from Shukura. Let me seize the opportunity to wish the bereaved family of a Afanko Barrier fatal accident in the early morning of yesterday my condolences and the injured a speedy recovery. Now, I hope this will serve a lesson to all drivers who drive recklessly on our roads. Moreover, the unnecessary speed and the deliberate overtaking must be checked by authorities in charge of managing our roads to keep the unforeseeable road accidents. Now, we need to be proactive enough to keep drivers in check for their abysmal performance on our roads, especially their attitudes. And then this one from, so you know Komla Kluche, TV3, yes, he sent this, this message. Now, he says that, Komla Kluche says, good morning, Moro, and a good show. And says, look, I've heard very disgusted suggestions that the Achimota to Pokwase stretch has its street lights functioning. Let no one gaslight the public with these barefaced lies and pure wickedness. That there are functioning street lights on the stretch. How did we get here as a country? We have leaders who have brag fixing the lights, but the reality is that we see here today. I live in ACP. I use that route every single day and able to get home daily by God's grace. It cannot be the situation that the accident happened with the lights fully functioning. How is the regional minister and the mayor still in office after this accident? It's pure neglect and dereliction of duty. For us in this enclave, including Ablekuma to Pokwase, this is not, there is not a single light working. I'm no prophet of doom, but I won't be surprised another would occur before the start of next week. Yes, the same thing Dr. Kuboy said. If these leaders cannot fix a simple light, why in heck name are they still in office? Komla Kuluchi sends that message. He sounds very upset. Now, good morning. Oh, so Kojoju Mwafu has also sent this message. Says, good morning. Some people have worn camouflage this morning asking for collaborations and corroborations. When they get a result, they will ask for toilet roll. Coach, he doesn't spell. He doesn't spell at all. All right, so Papa Bisu, who says that good morning. Now it says on the accident, very unfortunate, we lost many souls on a smooth road. Now to avoid future occurrences, 1, the police MTTD must enforce strict lighting systems on all parts of vehicles, especially the backlights. That's lacking in many vehicles. Accra is very, very dark since MPP time to date, making driving uncomfortable at night. Government must see to providing lights at every corner of Accra and beyond. 3, urban roads and MCs in municipalities must work together to eradicate potholes or manholes in roads. Just under the traffic lights, when turning to the light towards the Achimota school, just after Achimota police station, those potholes there, they must immediately be sealed to avoid accidents and manage the shock absorbers. Papa Bisu sends this one. And then Kofi Asare, good morning. Mr. Kofi Asare, very much good morning. It's good to know that you're tuned in. All right, so I guess that we'll have to end it here. Gentlemen, I want to thank you very, very much. So,
tomorrow.
So tomorrow is a D-Day.
Yes, so tomorrow I'm number 2 on the ballot. I'm a CEO. So, a fantastic one to all concerned executives in Accra. Let's come together.
Okay.
I know we are going to act peacefully, and by the time we are done, MPP will be the winner. Thanks, Moro.
Okay.
Moro, especially I want to encourage my brother.
Let me just say this, that management has been magnanimous enough. Apparently, management is enjoying this conversation, and so we've been able to beg the other program.
Or you didn't beg. It's production that gave us. Magnanimous dictator.
So we've been giving some extra minutes. Some extra minutes, and I'm happy about this because there's a matter which has been trending the last few days, and so Bright, if we still have the video, please let's play the Zito Kakwe video. Zita Benson video. Please let's watch this video.
These are documents from the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat. All these. And if you see the rot in this, you will be amazed. All these are scholarship documents that I received from the Ghana Scholarship. Look, I cringed reading these documents. I cringed. The rot that happened under the former registrar. This particular one is one woman gets, I don't want to mention names.
Okay.
I'll say princess.
Poor and needy people.
No, they are not. Name princess. She gets a scholarship. She goes with her children, 3 of them. Ajovi, Akosia, Asiye.
The children are also awarded scholarship?
No, they are paid to come and stay with the mother to study.
Why?
And the spouse, the husband.
Is that how it works?
That is how Kisilajiman did it.
Is it legal?
I have no idea. And so this one, for instance, she has 3 children. She gets awarded a master's degree program. She gets paid for the master's program with stipends. Her husband gets paid to come and support the wife to study. Together with their 3 children. Together with
support us in how?
That's a baby. Is a baby also a scholarship student? That is the awardees children. That's the husband. That's another child. And I'll tell you, they pay their airfare. They pay
with taxpayers' money.
Yes. So for the 4, their visas, yellow fever card, ticket comes to about £90,000. And every month, the 3 children, the husband, everybody, each, not all of them, each gets £8,160 for supporting the mother to study. Do you think that is fair to the taxpayer of Ghana? And that is why NIB must move fast and make arrests and make people pay for this. People must refund. If you get a scholarship and you think that you are a wife and you are not ready to move away from your husband or your children, then stay in Ghana and study.
There are other universities.
Why should my taxes be paid to take care of you to come and read MBA in London?
When we have universities that can
come and read MBA. When you are coming, you bring your whole flock, including husband in tow. And the question I asked is, were the husbands not working? That they could move house and move to the UK to come and support their wives to study. No money share. And the husbands who also got it and came with their wives, the wives, what were they doing? So the children are moved out of school. 1 year, mother is coming to study. The whole family relocates.
And these are minors.
And this is why the Scholarship Secretariat could not pay these debts. This is why they could not.
Because the money was being channeled to other places.
It was being paid for airfare for whole family. Some of them had 4 children, some of them had 5 children, some of them had 3 children, plus spouse. Plus spouse.
All with Ghana taxpayers.
Yes. Plus spouse. So they were paying the tickets for them. They were paying them a monthly allowance for staying in the UK. All of them, the whole family. because one person is coming to study MBA.
Well,
so Ghanaians, judge for yourself. Now I have to deal with this mess, and I have to be frank. I don't like coming to the media to discuss these issues, because I feel that we should do it behind the scenes. But the people that I'm dealing with,
I'm not giving you the chance.
No, they go to the media first.
Yeah.
Trying to create the impression that we are not cooperating. So I have to let the Ghanaian people know that whatever you are reading from the people who run to the media first, that is not the truth. This is the situation at hand we are dealing with. And it doesn't take a day to solve this. This thing is under investigation. So we will take our time to do it. But for now, any payment that is made, knowing what I know about PhD students who have completed, and are asking me for 40 months stipends with no intentions of going back. We will ensure that the law is enforced.
All right. So that's our High Commissioner in the UK, Ghana's High Commissioner in the UK, that's Zita Benson. She made some revelations in the last few days about what appears in her view to be an abuse of the scholarship scheme. And she's talking about persons who have collected money and that they didn't deserve to collect and so on and so forth. It's been captured in today's Herald newspaper. It says Ghana scholarship scheme used for visa racketeering and charity. Now, the Member of Parliament for Buakwa South and former registrar of the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat, Dr. Kingsley Agyeman, ran the Secretariat like a visa racketeering scheme center where husbands, wives, and children were sent abroad on state-funded scholarship. And I'm reading this from today's Herald newspaper. In one instance, a couple and their 3 younger children are said to be in London, which each of them received £8,160 per month from the government of Ghana, while the woman pursues an MBA at an unnamed UK institution. Ghana's High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, Zita Benson, alleged that a widespread abuse of the country's scholarship system during the Akufo-Addo administration, claiming that families were sponsored with taxpayers' money to accompany beneficiaries studying in the UK. Aside from her revelation, there had been reports of scholarship slots being sold at exorbitant prices during Dr. Kingsley Agyeman's administration. Ms. Benson specifically implicated the former registrar of the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat, a member of the MPP, suggesting that their scheme was used to fund the relocation of scholarship beneficiaries, spouses, and children. Now, she made allegations while speaking to a UK-based Ghanaian journalist amid controversy over the payment of scholarship-related allowances to Ghanaian students in the UK. According to the High Commissioner, the Bureau of National Intelligence, BNI, has become involved in investigations into alleged financial irregularities at the Scholarship Secretariat. Mrs. Benson said that she had initially been reluctant to discuss the matter publicly, but was compelled to respond after what she described as persistent attacks and a media campaign by some scholarship beneficiaries demanding payment. I don't like coming to the media to discuss these issues because I feel we should do it behind the scenes. But the people that I'm dealing with are not giving you the chance. They go to the media first, trying to create the impression that we are not cooperating. So I have to let the Ghanaian people know that whatever you read from the people who run to the media first is not the truth. She's describing what she claimed to have uncovered as a rot. Mrs. Benson said she had received scholarship documents from the Secretariat, which in her view raised serious questions about how public funds were administered. Now, Kingsley has reacted to the allegations that have been made against him, or the claims that have been made against him, and we just think that it's only fair that we read to you what Kingsley has said, and we can we'll put it up on your screens. Now, it was actually authored by his lawyer, so Sarkodie Bafwewa and Partners. It says press release on behalf of Dr. Kingsley Agyeman regarding the false and misleading narrative being peddled about him by Her Excellency Zita Benson, a High Commissioner of Ghana to the United Kingdom and Ireland, 13th August 2026. For immediate release, we write as lawyers for Honorable Dr. Kingsley Agyeman, our client, the former registrar of the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat, in respect of recent public commentary by Her Excellency, or H.E. Zita Benson, High Commissioner of Ghana to the United Kingdom and Ireland, aimed at renewing public ridicule against our client. Our client maintains that he executed his work as former registrar of the Scholarship Secretariat with utmost diligence and therefore denies any wrongdoing. Furthermore, as the High Commissioner herself has acknowledged, investigations have already been initiated into the allegations of corruption surrounding the awards of scholarship during the tenure of the previous administration. In the circumstances, the High Commissioners resort to the media to publicly berate our clients rather than allowing the appropriate security and investigative bodies to discharge their mandate is regrettable and warranted. It is worthy of note that this is not the first time that the High Commissioner is making such wild allegations, notwithstanding the pendency of investigations by state security and investigative agencies. Our client has not only availed himself to the said state security agencies, but is fully cooperating and has cooperated with them with a view to ensuring that allegations are thoroughly investigated. His name is completely cleared and the matter is brought to the definitive conclusion. Our client is a law-abiding citizen who remains focused on faithfully discharging the mandate entrusted to him by the good people of Ibuakwa South and is firmly committed to the rule of law and due process. He remains confident that in the fullness of time the truth will prevail and he will be vindicated. Thank you, Sarkodie Bafwewa and partners. That's what they've issued. I mean, let me start with Doc. Doc would have to leave at some point because he has some engagements to attend to, and then I'll have a wonder with me. And Doc,
yeah,
what are your quick thoughts on this matter?
Well, my principled position has always been that we should always get value for money from investments that the state makes, whether it's in education, infrastructure, or whatever venture. If an appointee who has succeeded a previous appointee thinks that some things are untoward, but I think it's a natural rule. One of the core legal principles for natural justice is that you must hear the other side. Okay. And so I would advise my sister Zita that the emotions should calm down, and then rather she should apply reason and then the procedures, follow the procedures. Let there be some form of process if you think there is wrong, to unravel whether there was real wrong, or there's been ethical breaches, or there's been actually crime or whatever committed. As we speak, she's mentioning that some people had scholarship, their partners also had some allowance. The question is that allowed by the scholarship secretariat, by their rules? All this will be brought to bear during the process of checking what has gone right or wrong. Honorable Kingsley will have the opportunity to also state his side. And so I think it's almost 1 year, 10 months or so into the government tomorrow. By December, 2 years is gone. If you are 2 years in office and you are still, I want to use a kind word, making a lot of noise about things that you think are wrong, you've not subjected it to any process, we've not heard response from the other side. Or we enter the third year election year and you still be behaving like you are in opposition. I should be behaving like this. In opposition, I should be shouting and trying to get attention. But you are in a nice. This Ghana's High Commissioner to the UK, is that not it? Yes. A big woman. Have you had coffee with the king before? Not yet. Yeah, I'm sure by now Zita is drinking coffee with the king. Yes. Yes. If you drink coffee with the king, you don't raise your voice too much. Show your powers. Lead a process. Let them investigate if there is wrong. And these, I was going to complain, but it's politics, where people throw things out to try and tarnish people's image and deliberately refuse to go into the, the details. It is something that is not helping all of us as politicians. Look, sometimes you are throwing mud at your brother, thinking that he is the target. But we all are in one basket. People look at us as political class or political activists or politicians. And when people get upset at me because they think I'm wicked or corrupt or whatever, especially when you have no basis, you are just trying to make me unpopular, you also end up feeding into the same basket. If those on the streets chant, kill them, arrest them, referring to politicians, more often than not, they don't know the difference between me and wonder. So we want accountability. We want value for money for this country when it comes to expenditure or how we expend our resources. But we should do it in a way that would bring basis to our claims, allow fairness in the process, and convict where necessary or sanction where necessary. Okay, and that is always my stand.
You know, when this matter came up,
even before I forget,
yes.
I think scholarships, Honorable Haruna Idrisu,
yes.
there's been a bill and law and things passed to reorganize the place and all that. I mean, that is the way to go if you identify things that you think are gaps in the system.
Okay.
So that you modify it through legislation.
Right.
This one is a statutory modification, which means it's even a higher form of trying to modify the system.
Right.
Okay. These are the things that you should boast about. And by the way, Moro, those who are very efficient prosecutors, they don't make a lot of noise.
Right.
Or investigative bodies.
Right.
You go quite this USB I put in when they were going through, we didn't really think about it. In a very nice manner.
Okay.
The results come out. So I think Zita should calm down. She appears, I don't know whether because it's summer day, but she appears too agitated. And there's another English word, but if I use it, people will take the literal meaning. I'll tell one after the show. She's and it's okay, bro.
But are you a beneficiary of the scholarships?
I know the whole world is telling. I saw some.
Because somebody sent some documents. Yes.
Bro, 2020.
Yes.
I attended one of the workshops from Brunel.
Okay.
In UK.
Yes.
And one of the professors saw me and he asked me, like my background, because of my knowledge, and I said, "Oh, me have an MPH from Hamburg."
Okay.
And he was like, "What about PhD?" I said, "Oh, I mean, I've not done a PhD." He said, "Doc, I mean, you are just like PhD people, so you should enroll in the program." And scholarship said they had an arrangement with Brunel, and so I can participate if I want. I'm like, why not? So I enrolled in the program, went through all the processes. Now, I've seen a post that captures the program and living expenses. For those who are excited, please, I have free information for you. Moro, me, I'm not 60 years, but God has given me wisdom. When they told me that, they gave me a letter that I should go and do the PhD. I saw all my entitlements. I could have taken my partner, wife to the UK. That they said the rules allow it. Living expenses, about £15,000 a year. Plane tickets, all came with the program. Guess what? I told them, apart from paying that school, I don't need a dime from you because I'm a politician. Years down the line, people will be looking for this. So those who have seen 15,000 living or whatever living expenses, it is the conditions for a student. Scholarships. Okoboy is on the TV, live on Metro. I'm daring any worker at scholarships to produce a check. £1 that they give to Okoboy. I paid my own plane tickets. For 5 years, I've been going to Brunel. Sometimes I ask friends to buy me tickets. When I go, I pay Airbnb. I sleep in Airbnbs for all the 5 years. When I was going for my defense last year for thesis, I paid for campus. My assistant, Kelvin, he pays from our account. Not £1 came from Ghana. What they paid was the fees. And guess what? By third year, because of all these problems with scholarship, they stopped paying the fees. The school wrote me but that because of the rate of my progress, they will take care of the rest of the program. And had it not been for it, they would have cancelled the PhD program. Other students were actually, yes, because Ghana couldn't pay or finish paying. So this appetite to want to go and destroy our own, I thank God that He gave me wisdom. I told scholarships, I'm entitled to plane tickets, I don't want it. Whatever you want to give me, take it, because I am politically what? Exposed. If they think that is a crime for Ghana to have paid for me to get a PhD, which I'm applying to people in the health sector at the Jimpa, that one, you see, they force us to go into things. Nobody pays school fees for PhD. They have about 3 masters. I'm doing the 4th one. I paid off my pocket. But most PhDs, immediately you say it's self-funded, your chance of getting it is low. Do you know why? It means that there's no organization that needs the knowledge or the discovery you want to make. A PhD program must be intended towards solving a problem. If there's nobody having that problem, they are not interested in you. And that's why when they saw my background that I'm the sitting deputy minister for health in charge of Ghana's health, and coming to my thesis was on incentives for health workers, how to make sure distribution becomes normal between Accra and the village. They were excited about it. And I'm happy to say that after paying the fees, I didn't go chill in UK. I'm attending graduation next year. I'll send them the pictures. All those who are sending you, I'll send them the graduation so that you send them. By the way, the university wrote me an email and said, you can use the doctor title. What they didn't know is I have one already.
Have a good day, sir. Interesting. I've gotten a lot. In fact, I received a lot of the messages, and
I'm a talking for you. I saw it 10 years ago. Wonder, this is our game. Make sure some things, even when they put you on table, tell them you not take it.
Okay. All right. So no, let me bring it. At least Wonder must also say something.
I think the bigger picture is not really about Okoboy. No. I think the bigger picture has to do with the level of expenditure that was made from the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat, especially at the time that we were going through some crisis, as it were, which is obvious to all of us.
Yeah.
And you have people even getting scholarship to go and do first degree for courses that are within our university, community, and could be easily done. For instance, somebody going to do BSc marketing, really. Is that how bad it got? Almost all the universities in this country are doing that course, even at a cheaper rate. So even if government wanted to sponsor some of those people, you could do it in any of the universities. After all, majority of the universities are for government. And so you can create a scholarship scheme like we're doing right now, free, no fee stress for the first year. We could do that for any of such people. But I think this is an issue that goes beyond just yesterday. Now, thank God, we now have a new act. I think Act 1129 or so, if I'm not mistaken, which governs scholarship and awards and all that. In the past, in the colonial days, they used to do this kind of scholarship scheme where you give scholarship and you have to take care of the spouses and the dependents and all that. Because assume that the person was working, they're taking him from work to another jurisdiction, and then you have to fund all of that. I think that we've moved beyond some of those. That should be only for critical courses, like somebody is going to do maybe aeronautics and we so badly need the person, or somebody is going to do something maybe neuro surgeon and we don't have it readily at hand. I know some time ago under President Mos, the focus was what they call the science and maths, the STEM. No, that time it was not even STEM, it was just science and maths.
Yeah.
It was, they had a name for it, and that was the focus. So people wanted to do things in engineering, in the sciences, were given the opportunity to go and study and come back. Indeed, I think that PhD can be sponsored. I have no doubt about that, because PhD is very expensive. I'm doing one and I know the cost is very expensive to do. Number two, PhD should actually be reserved for what we call faculty development. When an institution sees a gap and they need to put in new human resource to administer a certain program or course, the university can sponsor. That's why some of the universities have people going to do their PhD abroad and all that. And so a clearer view so that it's not subject to abuse is what I think Zita is calling for. And we'll be there. Because the law that empowered the so-called, the former scholarship secretariat guy to do some of these things is actually now void. There's a new law in place that allows for some clearer and more transparent approach to dealing with scholarships. So that is a thing of the past, and I'm happy that President John Dramani Mahama moved in quickly to resolve the scholarship challenge. You know that we've had several types of scholarship in this country. We had the COCO kinds of scholarship, the Get Fund one, the Scholarship Secretariat, these people are also doing one. The GMPC Foundation were also doing one, and many others in the system, which were all sitting on government of Ghana at the end of the day. So now we do have a roadmap, a clearer roadmap. For instance, the Cocoa Board new bill also says that they cannot be engaged in some of those things recklessly. There's a streamline, it's been streamlined now and all that. GMPC cannot do some of those things again, but all will be directed towards the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat. And for me, I think that is what we are looking at for. Zita's comment was more about the agitations in the UK about scholarship not being paid and all that. And she's saying that, listen, we've cleared so much already, in millions already out of scholarship in the previous year. This year we're still looking at it, but we have discovered that there are a lot of discrepancies, in which she has a legitimate right protecting the public purse to make some of these pronouncements. I think that it may be investigated if the Attorney General find anything worthy of trial in it. Abuse of office is anything anybody should condemn. As a politician, as a good governance person, you should condemn some of these things. And I don't think that it's targeted towards
vilifying Okoboy or any particular person.
Absolutely.
But I do know that the public purse has to be protected.
Absolutely.
I do know that the Attorney General will do something about it if it comes up to the point where it has to be investigated. And Zita is just playing a role as a mediator between the students and then the government of Ghana.
So I'm going to read a message, but I'll not mention the person's name for very good reasons, because I don't have the person's permission to do that. But it's a kudos statement, commentary for Dr. Okoboy. And this person I'm talking about is a very, very significant person in our society. So he says that very straight and kudos to him for his candid and transparent response. It is good you asked him, and it has afforded him the opportunity to clear himself. Thank you so much, and Doc should be grateful to you and Metro TV for this great opportunity. He thinks that he would want to see this video recorded to be shared and circulated in the media. And then he continues to say that Doc has restored my admiration for him. So wish him all the very best on my behalf. He's one politician I have admired for a very long time. I'm sure I'll tell you the person off air. You would. I'm sure that you'd be very happy. And so Professor Lee Nacha is on. He says I should say hello to everybody. He says that and grateful for clarifying the issue of scholarship. He also says I should tell you that he's happy that you've clarified the issue of scholarship. All right, Set Eya. I believe is this Set Eya, I believe, of GBC Radio. He says that some scholarship beneficiaries in the UK have completed their studies and work in the UK, and they have petitioned the UK government against the current government for the payment of their 40-month stipends in arrears. This pushed Zeta to set the record straight. All right. I guess that, Kojo Chumbafu is back. He says, management, please send Camouflage home. Camouflage talks too much. Would you camouflage, eh? All right, so just want to say a big thanks to you for joining us on the show today. Dr. Bernard Okoboy is a man of many this, former that. But for now, we're just going to say he's the aspiring Greater Accra chair for the New Patriotic Party. Tomorrow the elections are coming on, and you heard him appealing to the delegates in the region, MPP delegates, to vote for him and make him the next Greater Chair, because he has very good initiatives and good plans for you. But he can only do that if you give him the power. If you don't give him the power, he may not be able to do as much as you expect him to do. That's the whole idea. And also, let me say a very big thanks to Wanda Madil. I've known him for many years as well. And big thanks for your training. Yes. Close to 20 years ago, he promised he was going to train me on how to swim. It still hasn't happened.
You haven't made yourself available.
It's not late. Let me wish Dumega Junior. What's his full name, Nokra? Jimega. Yeah, the full name. What's the full name? No, Theophilus Jimega. Yes. You know, he's an engineer and a lawyer at the same time. Yeah, he's a very powerful. He's one chap. I'm still wondering why he still hasn't found a place in this government. I mean, there's just so much to offer, eh? When he comes on the show, he's very knowledgeable. Everybody's time will come. It's the two of you. So Theophilus Jimega Jr., lawyer and engineer. Happy birthday to you. We can only wish you the best. I think it's been a revelation to both the NDC and the government, and I believe that those who are watching and monitoring him at the right time will call him and put him to some more work. For now, I think he's just managing his law firm, and he's also consulting, doing some consultants, engineering consultants. But I'm sure that at the right time, the powers that be will invite him and put him to some work so he can work for Mother Ghana as well. So Theophilus Jimega Jr., very powerful gentleman. Happy birthday. I'm told yesterday is also, is it Vanessa? Vanessa's birthday yesterday? Oh, okay. Or is Jennifer? Okay, all right.
You're giving them new birthdays.
No, someone was hinting me about somebody's birthday. It looks like the person doesn't want it again, so that's fine. All right. So, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, and Juma Mubarak. Today I'll be at the mosque. Please, let's meet and have a chat. Assalamu alaikum. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
From the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat. All these. And if you see the rot, If you see the rot in this, you will be amazed. All these are scholarship documents that I received from the Ghana Scholarship. Look, I cringed reading these documents. I cringed. The rot that happened under the former registrar. This particular one is one woman gets, I don't want to mention names.
Okay.
I'll say princess.
Poor and needy people.
No, they are not. Name princess. She gets a scholarship. She goes with her children, 3 of them. Ajovi, Akosia, Asiye.
The children are also awarded scholarship?
No, they are paid to come and stay with the mother to study.
Why?
And the spouse, the husband.
Is that how it works?
That is how Kisila Jiman did it.
Is it legal?
I have no idea. And so this one, for instance, she has 3 children. She gets awarded a master's degree program. She gets paid for the master's program with stipends. Her husband gets paid to come and support the wife to study. Together with their 3 children. Together with
support us in how?
That's a baby. Is a baby also a scholarship student? That is the awardees children. That's the husband. That's another child. And I'll tell you, they pay their airfare. They pay
with taxpayers' money.
Yes. So for the 4, their visas, yellow fever card, ticket comes to about £90,000. And every month, the 3 children, the husband, everybody, each, not all of them, each gets £8,160 for supporting the mother to study. Do you think that is fair to the taxpayer of Ghana? And that is why NIB must move fast and make arrests and make people pay for this. People must refund. If you get a scholarship, and you think that you are a wife, and you are not ready to move away from your husband or your children, then stay in Ghana and study.
There are other universities.
Why should my taxes be paid to take care of you to come and read MBA in London?
When we have universities that can
come and read MBA. When you are coming, you bring your whole flock, including husband in tow. And the question I asked is, were the husbands not working? That they could move house and move to the UK to come and support their wives to study. No money share. And the husbands who also got it and came with their wives, the wives, what were they doing? So the children are moved out of school. 1 year, mother is coming to study. The whole family relocates.
And these are minors.
And this is why the scholarship secretariat could not pay these debts. This is why they could not.
Because the money was being channeled to other places.
It was being paid for airfare for whole family. Some of them had 4 children, some of them had 5 children, some of them had 3 children, plus spouse. Plus spouse.
All with Ghana taxpayers.
Yes. Plus spouse. So they were paying the tickets for them. They were paying them a monthly allowance for staying in the UK. All of them, the whole family. Because one person is coming to study MBA.
Well,
so Ghanaians, judge for yourself. Now I have to deal with this mess, and I have to be frank. I don't like coming to the media to discuss these issues, because I feel that we should do it behind the scenes. But the people that I'm dealing with
are not giving you the chance.
No, they go to the media first.
Yeah.
Trying to create the impression that we are not cooperating. So I have to let the Ghanaian people know that whatever you are reading from the people who run to the media first, that is not the truth. This is the situation at hand we are dealing with. And it doesn't take a day to solve this. This thing is under investigation. So we will take our time to do it. But for now, any payment that is made, knowing what I know about PhD students who have completed, and are asking me for 40 months stipends with no intentions of going back. We will ensure that the law is enforced.
I just want to place on record, Mr. Speaker, that for a very long time, the recruitment process was centralized. It took the intervention of this government to revert back to the old system of having the process decentralized. Mr. Speaker, honorable member, factually you are incorrect. Factually you are incorrect. Mr. Speaker, my take is that for a long time, the decentralized
Good day. My name is Dr. Victor Asare Bampo, and I lead the National Health Insurance Authority. I want to take a minute of your time, not to make a speech, but to share some news with you, because honestly, it's your news. Let me start with a number. At the start of this year, about 66% of all Ghanaians were covered by the National Health Insurance Scheme. By the end of the second quarter of this year, 7 in every 10 were covered. That is 70%. That's a mother who no longer chooses between her child's medicine and her market money. A grandfather who walks into a clinic with his card, not his life savings. Millions of Ghanaians protected. And it means something bigger. It means inching closer to achieving the coverage target under the world-acclaimed universal health coverage. Health for every single Ghanaian is no longer a dream on paper. It is within reach. That's not the NHIA's doing alone. You trusted us, and we don't take that lightly, not for one day. That is why we've launched the 80 campaign, a campaign anchored on the call from 70 to 80, let's cover more. It seeks to mobilize individuals and communities that remain outside the NHIS to come on board while strengthening measures to ensure that existing members derive greater value from their membership. This year alone, we have intensified enrollment activities through the market storm, registering people in busy streets, markets, and communities, and that leapfrogged our membership under the government's free primary healthcare policy. The NHIS Campus Connect also took our services directly to the doorstep of several tertiary educational institutions to ensure that all students are covered under the scheme. The NHIS Festive Pulse and Faith and Wellness Drive also provided on-site registration and renewal services to patrons of festivals and faith congregations across the country. Here's the second thing. We've increased what we pay hospitals, clinics, and pharmacies by 50%. Why should that matter to you? Because when the people caring for you are properly paid, your card works the way it should. No excuses at the counter. No being asked to pay for what's already yours. You show your card, you get your care. That's the deal, and we intend to keep it. And the one that moves me most. For the first time ever, funds for free primary healthcare are flowing straight to the districts that host the facilities in the communities that need them most. Checkups, care for pregnant women, immunization for the little ones, free, at the point of care. And I must say this plainly, this did not start with us. It took a president who uncapped the health insurance fund so that money meant for your health actually reaches your health. It took a minister for health who has led this agenda with real conviction. It took a government that decided healthcare is not a privilege, it's a promise. I've worked in health for a long time, and I'll tell you the truth. There are families for whom this changes everything. Being part of it, it's humbling. None of this is the NHI's achievement alone. It's yours, your contributions, your trust. and the health workers who show up every single day. We are just the stewards. And everything you've just heard, none of it happened by accident. It's the result of 3 commitments we work at every single day. First, we're keeping our own house in order. Stronger systems, tighter controls, and taking care of the people who do this work. That discipline is how we've come this far, this fast. Second, we are protecting your trust and your money. It's why we've introduced a one-time attendance code, or OTAC, at facilities, so the scheme pays for real care for real patients every single time. If you are insured, no one should charge you illegally, not 1 cedi. We are rooting that out wherever we find it. And third, we are delivering on our government's boldest health promises. Free primary health care. The funds are already flowing. And the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, or Mahama Care, is moving with it. So if you've not registered yet, or your membership has expired, please do one thing today. Dial *929#, or download the My NHIS app. It takes just 2 minutes. Your health is worth it. And serving you, that's the privilege of my life.